Hello, and welcome to Legacy of Fools, an Dungeons & Dragons actual play stream where one adventurer's choices can affect the lives of many adventurers to come. Broadcasting to you live from an isolated room floating somewhere in the ethereal plane. As always, I am your DM, Tim, and our players!
Hello!
Seamless.
Seamless transition. Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm playing Jaden Fallacious Crossgarden.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and when Tim said will affect the lives of adventurers to come, I definitely heard will fuck the lives of adventurers to come.
Also that's what I intended.
I say the same thing every week!
I know, and this time I heard it different.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's inaccurate.
It just is different.
If I can make one of your guys' characters in one campaign
Come back.
sleep with their character in another campaign, I'm gonna feel so good.
It's like not the campaign we're playing, like two past
Two later, yeah.
And then we find out about it and we're like,
This is now
that'd
a
be
goal
amazing.
for all of us.
Absolutely.
Side with ourselves.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's the American dream.
I'm
And
also
Australian, I think.
I'm also playing
The
Ollie. That's
dream.
not important anymore, but
No, it's still important.
nah.
Ollie, potential sex partner of Amanda's future character.
Yep.
Hello, I'm Eric and I'm playing Hrothgar.
I'm Amy and I'm playing Roz.
I'm Genevieve and I'm playing Bronwyn.
Shimmy.
You saw the camera when you did
The
that.
Nash tonight is what we've got.
Yeah.
Before we jump in, anybody have anything they want to talk about? Sort of promote,
No, we're doing nothing.
or just
I mean,
something
you
on their
can-
mind, you know.
You can always
I do.
catch me at Weenie's Guide to
Yeah.
Horror on
Yeah.
YouTube
There you
if
go.
you like horror stuff or like watching me specifically be scared at horror stuff. At Weenie's Guide on all the social media, at Weenie's Guide to Horror on YouTube, I think. I don't know how YouTube works, but...
Weenie's welcome.
Hot mics.
Oh.
Hot, really hot mics.
Thank you.
Oops.
So, I'm
Anyway.
going to very quietly say that everybody should start to get really excited. Because in 2 weeks' time, on June 24th, a little comedy group that I happen to work with, they are going to release their hour-long sketch comedy special, What is Art? It is going to be premiering on Amazon Prime Video. So everybody should check that out, and you are going to hear me promote it a lot over the next 2 or 3 months. So brace yourself now.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's very cool.
Pretty cool,
actually.
yeah.
This is going to be wild if we have to gear shift into a very calm.
Okay, everyone talk normal again
We're
so we can
talking
actually
normal,
hear how
yeah.
it sounded.
Yeah.
Yes, is that better?
Throw a little sound chaos in there.
Wait for that 15-second delay. Keep talking.
Everyone just sit in silence.
Oh no!
Yeah, sorry. It sounds fine now.
Yay! Thank you, sound. Great.
Thank
Hell
you,
yeah.
everyone, for sticking with us through apparently us being deafening.
Thick and thin.
Now you know what it's like to be in a room with me in real life.
So
100%.
Accurate. We love you.
I know. Okay. So if there's nothing further, I think we can go ahead and dive in.
Excellent.
When last we met, the party secured their prisoner, the wizard known as Glassstaff, or more properly, Yarno Albrecht, the missing Lord's Alliance agent, who it turns out had founded the Red Brands. The party deposited him for safekeeping at the townmaster's office to be put in a holding cell they have in the basement, and returned to Trezendar Manor to find some bugbears he had offhandedly mentioned in the hopes that they could get information out of said bugbears about where Cragmaw Castle is. And in the process, the party took one bugbear, one goblin, and about 4 human Red Brands hostage, got a bunch of treasure, and left Trezendar Manor, having, as at least they believe, cleared it out, explored it fully. So we begin our session tonight with the party lugging their recently gotten spoils up the stairs and out
Is
of the
it
ruins.
hostage or is it prisoner?
Prisoner is probably a better word.
I was like,
Sell
Did I say hostage?
yes.
That's the
I was like,
Prisoner.
Should we try and ransom him to the Black Spider? Or
like,
Give him back.
the bugbears? Or
It's like, do we take him hostage? I feel like that has a connotation I don't know if I'm comfortable with. Prisoner, sure. I don't know. Anyway.
Anyway.
no, this is a good idea.
No.
All right, so we're taking them back to the prison.
That's
right?
a good place for prisoners
Great,
to go.
I think so. Hostage? No.
Hostages, I don't know where you take them.
I don't know. I think they actually just stay.
I think you keep them close by.
I think hostages just stay. That's
That feels like a babysitting job. I don't know. That's just too much. You know, it's a lot
you know
of
what?
work.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, we start walking all of our prisoners.
You walk them down the hill and back into town. You do, incidentally, along your way back down from that manor, pass right by the sleeping giant, which is like right along that road.
Walk faster, walk faster, walk
And
faster.
as you walk along with like 4 of them tied up, as well as a bugbear and Ollie carrying the glass staff, you can see just like 2 or 3 red brands on the porch of the building, just like watching you go by, just sort of like a slightly stunned expression on their faces, just a.
Jane just like nods at them and goes, and just like stares them down.
They kind of just go back inside.
Yeah, you better go.
And you make your way the rest of the way to the townmaster's hall. Enter and find the desk guy just sitting there. Look up like, hi, how can I? Oh my God!
Could we please talk to Sildar?
We're going to talk to Sid.
Mr. Hall, enter! And he gets up and just goes into the back.
Thank
Comes back
you.
out a second later with Sildar, who looks at us. Oh my God!
Prison?
So it went well then.
Yeah, we got some more.
I guess.
Prisoners, not hostages.
Yes.
Wouldn't have said the word hostages.
No,
No,
neither
no.
would we.
Ever.
You got you got 6 here.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be a little crowded down there, but we'll do our best.
Better start building some more prison cells.
Yep, I suppose so. And he runs off, grabs a couple of other people in there, and they sort of lead them off into a door on the other side of the room and start down a flight of stairs and out of sight. He turns back to you guys. I don't think people who started rebuilding this place were anticipating any of this, really. It's going to be a little cramped down there, but it's like 2 holding cells in the basement.
I think we have some infrastructure problems then.
Apparently, yes.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Again, it's places being built. I don't think they were anticipating needing anything more than a drunk tank.
That's fair.
Well, they are pretty drunk, so
Are they?
That's actually true, yeah.
It's appropriate then.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's fitting.
Well, we figured we'd bring them to you to do something with them because we can't just keep them, I think. So
That would be hostages.
that would be
Would be
hostages, yes.
Very problematic for you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did you find anything? Do we know anything?
Oh, yeah. Oh, letter.
Letter.
Ollie will pull out the letter. Oh, Tim, can I have my envelope?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, the special envelope.
My very important.
Special
I was like, I want my very special envelope,
Pass that to
Jamie.
Amanda.
I wanted you to throw it Ninja Star style.
Thank you.
There's another one of these.
I have one.
Yeah.
You get an envelope?
I have an envelope.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I have one thing in my envelope.
Pass that to Amy.
Well, it seems like it could just be a loose card, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. But it's so much fancier with the envelope.
Oh my God.
It is. It's official.
Yeah, I will
spelled
pull
it
out
wrong.
the letter that I did read out loud last week. Catch up on YouTube, guys.
But for those of us who've forgotten, not me, obviously, but anyone watching.
Raise your hand if you remember the contents of the letter. Okay. Lord Albrecht. New players may have arrived on the field. They could prove an impediment to our plans. My spies in Neverwinter are telling me Rockseeker hired a security detail before he left the city, and they are likely to arrive in Phandelver soon. That's right. Capture them if you can, kill them if you must, but don't allow them to set our plans. I think we did that. I will have my people work on identifying them. See that any dwarven maps in their possession are delivered to me with haste, and counting on you, Yarno, don't disappoint me. And, Sildar, do you know, I mean, that's a picture of a spider.
And you hold that up, and
Oh,
thank you.
3D. I think.
Everyone
Sildar,
put on your 3D glasses 5 seconds ago.
Sildar just stares at it for a minute, and his face goes a little pale.
So that means something to you.
Not a lot, but
Afraid of spiders?
no, not at all. But I did hear when the goblins had me captive in their their cave.
Oh,
I did hear them mention the black spider a number of times.
that makes sense.
Never quite heard enough of what they were saying to get much of a context for it. I assumed they were talking about an actual spider, but...
Unless it's
Why
a
would you
very
think they would spend so much time talking about spiders?
I actually was going to jump on that
Some
as well.
people are afraid of spiders.
Okay.
Some people who live out in the wilderness have big pet spiders. I don't know.
True.
Okay.
Did you hear what the black
I
spider
just heard them
said?
talking about a black spider a lot.
Okay, sure.
you remember
Sorry, not
anything-
to...
They are goblins. Who knows what they think
Yeah,
of
yeah.
and talk about.
Did they say anything specific about?
Again, I was only catching little snippets of conversation, not enough to put much together. They weren't talking openly around me.
It's fair.
It was just a repeated phrase that got my attention.
So we think it's not a spider. A spider did not write that letter.
I
I just
don't-
want to make
I
sure
would
we're all
be
on the same
surprised.
page.
Maybe though. Let's not rule anything out.
Okay.
Because
We did meet that rat at that one point that seemed kind of almost intelligent.
Really thought it was.
whatever happened to that rat?
It was just a rat.
Oh, and just wandered off and did rat things.
I mean, I didn't
let him-
keep it.
I hope for his sake.
I hope he's doing well. Anyway,
We also got this book, and I will pull out that book in Dwarven that mentions something about Phandelver. I can read it if you give me 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going anywhere.
Great.
Uh,
Do we want What?
I feel like we could have just used
Oh,
our
yeah.
words on that one.
That's more fun to write.
That's a wet.
It says music, folks, in the chat. It just says music.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I showed the other one, the one that says. Where is it?
we're doing good.
Peen.
Great.
all right, I'll turn on the peen, I guess.
Activate
Thank
teams.
you.
Engage.
So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna, I guess.
Do you think I do owe you some money? So,
Yes.
Yeah, you do whatever it
Oh,
is you're
yeah.
about to do, and I will go get that.
I am going to spend the 10 minutes plus 6 seconds.
That's the breaking point. We had 10 minutes.
We don't have time for this.
Does anyone have anything they wish to do in the 10 minutes?
and I'm going to ritually cast comprehend languages.
Does anyone have anything they wish to do in the 10 minutes it's going to take Ollie to cast this spell?
Oh, what do I want to do?
Where are we? We're in the town master's office again? No.
You're not in Harbin's office, but you're at you're at town hall basically. You're the
Oh, okay. Can't take
You're
another
at the
swipe
town
at that
master's hall.
paperweight. Got it. Okay. I
Uh,
thought about it.
And Darren is gone?
Out the front, tending to his knee.
You don't know he wasn't here when you got back.
should we go talk
Nothing
to
I'd care to do here.
the town master? It sounds unpleasant, but I feel like we should inform them of what has transpired.
Focusing.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep talking. So should we go do the town master thing? I think we just should.
Just go bother him, or
Go
all
let
he's
him know we
busy anyway.
took prisoners and took down Glassstaff?
I mean, yes, he did write us a blank coin purse, as it is known, and so we should go do that.
Ollie
Collect.
sighs and moves into the corner where it's quieter.
Probably should have started there then. So let's go see the town master.
So
Jake,
you
go
guys
ahead.
go over to Harbin's office. The door is very much shut.
Okay, Jaden's gonna try the handle.
Yeah, it's unlocked.
Great.
You just throw it open. He is sitting at his desk doing paperwork. Starts in his chair as you come in and backs up a little. What? What do you want?
Hello
You
again.
do notice as you come in. The desk is mostly the same. It does seem like there are a few extra paperweights on it. Not on paper, just kind of on corners of the desk.
Okay, excellent. What are they made of? Gold?
are any of them
No.
expensive?
What?
Are any of them
No,
expensive?
they're like, a fancy rock, stuff like that.
Diamond, you say? Okay, that's
They're
fair.
not expensive paperweights. They're
Sure.
just
No, that makes sense.
small, heavy objects
Yeah.
that he has placed on the corners of the desk.
Harbin Wester.
We spend our 10 minutes looking at you.
You!
Jaden Fallacious Crossgarden, and you best remember it the next time we meet.
Okay. Last time you were in here, you were terribly disrespectful towards me. What do you want?
I was, because you were terribly
Mr.
disrespectful
Crossgarden.
toward this town.
I am doing my best, sir.
You need to increase what your best is.
That
better.
hurts a little, but fine.
Or step down for someone whose best is a little better.
And that might be part of you raising up your standards by
You
stepping
think
down.
I still want this job? No one else will do it.
We need to find somebody else to do this
Well,
job.
I was kind of suggesting to Darren the other day,
Darren
Did
would
you
be
come here
perfect.
into my office to do anything other than just plan a campaign against me?
No, I just kind of wanted to bug you.
And also to
Oh, were we
remind
here
you
for
that
anything?
you said you would give us whatever we wanted when we dispatched the Red Brands, which we have.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we took down their leader.
Of course.
Where is he?
Downstairs in the jail.
In the jail?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, thank you!
Oh, I see.
Like,
Oh, I
starts
see.
crying.
Aww.
Thank you! Oh,
Oh,
God.
you were really,
You have no idea how scary it's been.
Yeah.
Roz
He
will go
threatened
up
me
and just
so many
kinda-
times.
I'm sure
Thank
he
you.
did.
It was nice.
Couldn't have been easy.
Okay, Roz stops.
You, I guess, did your best.
I really tried.
Yes. Well, from this
What do you
point on,
need?
this town has got to be whipped into shape by you or by Darren, whoever will be town master
Do
in
my
a
best.
week's time.
That's the plan. Get things under control, get things running smoothly, get things nice and peaceful for everybody.
Indeed.
They're gone, we'll deal with the orcs, we'll...
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
We
That
did-
another-
Mhm.
With the orcs, that was the thing on that poster board.
Yes.
The
another goddamn thing
the
in this
bulletin
town,
board
you know,
outside,
okay.
yes.
We've already done enough for
Yes,
this
there
town.
are orcs. There's an orc problem.
Yes, there have been orcs harrying some of the farms and things out in the countryside. We
I
think
feel
there's
like your town could probably start to handle some of its own things now that the Red Brands aren't in the way.
we don't have trained guards yet.
So
The guy who was
next
supposed to
step-
train the guards apparently started a gang.
So next step, now, train some guards.
Yes.
That said, in the meantime, if you want to fight these orcs, I will pay you.
I do like money.
'Cause you're definitely
Yeah.
better at fighting than I would be.
I mean, that's a low bar.
Yes. Well, now you know, and you can begin preparations. Also, what does Sildar do for the town again? Why is he here? Is a representative of the Lord's Alliance?
Yes,
Yes.
he's come to do the job Yarno Albrecht was originally supposed to do.
Excellent. Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure that was in place.
Yes,
Perfect.
the Lord's Alliance is organizing our guard for us. Because we are a sort of an outlying community that is under the protection of Neverwinter.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Well, I feel like Sildar will probably be back. Maybe Ollie's finished his little magic ritual. You know now, do try your best until...
If you don't know what to do, do what Sildar or Darren tell you to do, because they have a little
Yes,
bit more of a head on their
listen to
shoulders.
Sildar, when in doubt.
Okay.
Even the tiniest bit.
I think I need to be alone for a moment, if you wouldn't mind.
Yes, I would prefer to leave you alone as well.
This has just all been very
just gonna
emotional.
Cry
and-
a little bit more, or?
No!
Okay, let's get out of here then. No worries. Have a good time.
Yes, and I will come talk to you again about the Phandelver swordplay games. We'll get
What?
arrangements
Oh
for
wait,
that
we were
underway.
here for money. You were gonna give us money.
I think Sildar was actually...
Oh, Sildar's
but-
gonna give us money.
Well,
Never mind.
hold on, this is out of game. I forget. Was it
Sildar
Sildar?
was gonna
It was
give us
Sildar. Okay.
Never mind. You're worthless to me.
There's no point in
Goodbye.
arguing stuff
You're
like that.
going to give us
in
money.
characters.
I still want money from you. It's fine.
I wouldn't mind some money if you had some.
Grab his ankles, turn him upside down, and shake him, and see what, just take what falls out.
Oh no.
You got back outside to like the little area outside the door of Sildar's office where you'd been standing talking. Ollie's sitting in the corner, just finishing up the ritual. Sildar is standing outside his office like, "Oh, there you are. I was wondering where you went. I was gonna give it to Ollie, but then I started to speak and he just grunted at me. It seems intense."
Yes, he can't be bothered. When
There you go.
it's-
200, and tosses you a coin purse.
Thank
All
you.
right. Where do we keep our money again?
I actually, as you were walking over, I did the math on what we found in the hideout for each of
Gotcha.
us.
Perfect.
Great.
Here you
It's
go.
200 gold, you said?
200 gold?
Cool.
Yes, 200 gold.
Yeah, 200.
That'd be 40.
I have a post-it note list of all the times we've received or given money. I just haven't added it all up together
I did everything in the hideout, so we'll talk.
Okay, but previous to that, I have like 5 pages of.
Great.
I think I paid for beer, and I think I could afford it, but.
Who really knows?
So
kind of how I do my own
I
finances.
that was just me in
no.
college.
Worrying.
I have a debit card and I'm gonna just hand it over and hope for the best.
If it gets declined, okay. Anyway.
So Ollie's eyes have sort of flashed blue while you all come in, and then just like Hrothgar, will you divvy out 92 gold to each of us?
1.
No. Fast, more. No, I got more.
Stop. I can do it.
I lost count.
Okay, pass it over. And then I'm gonna start Vegas style swishing it out. Like she used to work with a con man,
Oh, cool.
so she can do fast hands. And I'm gonna start
for everyone's knowledge, it'll be with what we received from Sildar. It'll be 92 gold, 15 copper, 79 silver, and 4 electrum each. Plus, there will be 2 extra electrum.
Can you run those numbers again?
Yeah, one more time.
It'll be 92 gold,
Eh.
15 copper,
Eh.
and 79 silver,
I think I did that math right.
and 4 electrum.
You say 17 silver? No.
79.
Close enough.
15
Silver.
copper.
And then
Yes,
The electro?
4 electromagnetic. That's what I meant.
Absolutely.
I just gave up and wrote some in all these boxes.
Amazing. Great.
wave.
Numbers. Great. So that's
Tim really gonna stop me from buying something.
Depending what that thing is.
Uh-oh.
get like
See, that's when you want to keep track so you can tell the DM,
Holy
no, I
Avenger or
can't
something."
afford this.
like a. I don't think you can use a holy avenger. I think it's a paladin thing. Anyway.
Anything's possible.
And then so after Ollie just like shouts.
Wait, but she's over here. Then she's over there.
Just shouts out the numbers. This is how much money we get, and then we'll just like start reading the book.
Okay, you start reading the book. The book overall appears to be something of a journal and/or memoir of a dwarven adventurer by the name of Wyrm. Urmon. Detailing his adventures. This would have been a few hundred years ago, around the north, the Sword Coast, that region. It covers a fair bit of his travels in a number of places, but when you first leaf through it, you had you managed to recognize enough of what it said to pick out the phrase Phandelver in it, and that's you open back up to the where you had seen that in the book, and you do find a section, like an excerpt, that does talk about Wave Echo Cave on a page that actually is dog-eared. Here you go.
Oh, wallpaper.
Yeah,
Immersive.
Yes.
This is how you know I'm the wizard. I just read shit. Oh, this is long.
Let's put some stank on it. Keep it entertaining. Do you want to do it popcorn style?
Pass around.
No.
That's popcorn. Did you do that?
Except none of.
I know popcorn. I don't know if we.
I think it's literally just me and Hrothgar who could technically read it.
Well, popcorn hits
Oh,
your
actually, no.
Hrothgar.
I think rubbish, but...
The keepers.
But Hrothgar, important. Can you read?
I can read. I choose not to.
That's my story, and
The
I'm sticking
keepers.
to it.
And it's like, okay.
Don't test me.
This is the most Ollie has talked ever in his life.
Come on, bud.
The keepers.
Project.
The keepers of the.
You.
The keepers of.
Oh my god, would you get on with it, Ollie?
The keepers of the Phandelver Pact proved to be most amenable to my request, and I was given safe harbor among them, my lodging and nutriment provided for. Wave Echo Cave, strange sounds aside, proved a welcoming and hospitable place to spend the few days I was there. I watched with great interest the methods the mages used in their work. An eccentric group that handful of human wizards living among the dwarves and gnomes, forging magic in much the same way their compatriots forged stone and steel. But they worked in great harmony, each form of craft bolstering the other. I watched the humans enchant and fortify the strongest of the steel implements the dwarves managed to produce. These became items of great power and beauty. Foremost among them was a piece I saw completed the day after my arrival. A mace, more ornate in its metalwork than almost any other I have seen before or since, was presented by the smiths to the mages. The mages brought it to their spellforge to turn the weapon into the armament that had been commissioned by, I was told, the priests of a great temple to Lathander. They suffused it with radiant energy befitting the god it honored. This mace they named Lightbringer. The tragedy of it all is that these wonders are now lost. It was mere months after my visit that the orcish hordes swept through the north. I'm told mercenary wizards made a dark bargain with the orcs, helping to destroy settlements in exchange for being left the Forge of Spells. It was their joint force that assaulted Wave Echo Cave, and I shudder to think of those kinds of people who had shown me such hospitality locked in that mortal conflict. But the opposing magics proved more than either side had counted upon. The cave was destroyed. Sometimes I think to myself that perhaps one day I will try to find my way back to that place, to relocate the entrance, that it may be unsealed and those wonders may be accessed for the betterment of the people. For now, though, I cannot bear to think on these things longer, and will shift my mind to less fraught portions of my travel. That's it.
That was a good delivery. I thought you did really well.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yeah. Shut up, Jaden.
I didn't say anything.
So there's a cave that doesn't exist anymore, but there's expensive stuff in it. Was that the gist of it?
The cave exists. I think it was probably caved in.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if Gundren, and maybe his brothers as well, or whatever, dug it out.
That's probably what they were mining.
Yes. Told me enough of what they had found for me to know that. They did mention that name. They at least believed that that was what they had found.
The orcs that are currently hassling town, they wouldn't be related. This was hundreds of years ago, right?
Yes, there was a war back then.
Yeah.
Orcs swept through this whole region. They may be descendants of those orcs.
But probably not.
Well, it's entirely possible.
Or okay.
But there's nothing to say that they have anything to do with the Rock Seekers finding the mine.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no small number of orcish tribes and hordes.
Well, yeah,
in
not
this part
every
of the
orc is
world.
the same.
No,
Yeah.
of course not.
It's interesting. I wonder if the orcs sacked Wave Echo Cave back then. Obviously, it's been a number of times that the descendants of these orcs, if they stole any powerful magic objects that they found in the cave, they might have passed them down to their kin.
Maybe.
Should we check the cave first, or
Probably.
The Wave Echo Cave?
isn't that a cool
We
name?
don't know where it
I want to
is.
go to a
I mean,
potty
we
called
don't.
Wave Echo Cave.
That's
We need to
pretty
find
awesome,
Gundren
yeah.
first, because hypothetically Gundren, or the Rock Seekers, have a map.
Right, and
So we need to
Gundren is-
do the goblin thing.
Yes.
To get to Gundren,
Oh.
to get to Wave Echo Cave.
We need to question the goblin and the
Oh,
bugbear that we
yeah.
have tied up
That was like the
somewhere
whole
around
plan.
Our
here.
hostages.
So many.
Yes, our
hostages.
hostages. yes.
Prisoners.
Sorry.
Prisoners.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not getting out after the questions.
And we're not ransoming them to anyone yet.
Unless they know someone with a lot of money. Then I'd consider it.
I don't think they'd pay.
That's true.
Then that makes them hostages and not prisoners.
Prisoners for now. They're not hostages
I don't think we
yet.
I don't think we need hostages.
Perhaps.
Okay, just something to ponder on, to consider. Anyway.
So we got to talk to them
Yeah.
about
Who this black spider is, maybe?
Black Spider,
Where
We're
this-
talking about Grandma's
Castle.
Grandma's
That-
castle.
Yeah.
which is where the goblins are.
And they have
The
Gundren.
who
Rock
knows
Seeker.
where the cave is.
Yes.
And then we go get Darren Ettermath and see what he's doing later.
I mean, we could just do
I
that
don't know
if
how
we
that
want.
is relevant.
I'm sorry, I forgot what the plan was for a minute. Let's do this.
Everything
Adventuring
up to
has
that
a
last
lot
thing.
lot of steps to adventuring. It really.
lot of steps.
Yeah, it's
On
exciting,
the
right?
farm, you had a thing, you did the thing, that was the end of the thing.
Yeah. No, there's a
But
process.
didn't you have
with
multiple things to do?
Sure, but they were all individual things.
Yeah. Well, let's take the...
You didn't milk a cow to get to shearing a sheep.
But you milk the cow then to churn butter.
Oh my god. It's just like that.
There you go. There's a way to think about it.
Let's go milk that cow.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Where did we leave our prisoners?
They're
Down in the jail?
I had some of the, clerks, I guess, put them in the holding cells downstairs.
Perfect, thank you.
So we have all of those drunk, knocked out humans. The former glass staff.
They weren't knocked out.
No.
Oh, right. They were just drunk and
They were tied up.
We walked
That's
them.
right.
We had a lot of rope, remember?
That's right.
And we
The
made
knocked out
Can we
bugbear
get
and the
the rope
knocked out
back?
goblin.
Yes, you actually start heading towards that door, and the people who work here who put them down there have piled your rope on a table up
Oh,
here.
thank God.
Here's your rope, Russ.
My rope. It's my lucky rope. I named it.
Sorry we cut it
I
all
bet
up.
you can't guess what I named it.
Oh, I'm going to take
Did you
a
call
single
it-
guess.
I believe it is cut at this point into 5-10-foot lengths.
Yeah.
Did you call it rope?
Ropey.
I
was gonna say
Good.
Ropey.
Yes.
I was actually going to say Clarence after your old friend, the eagle, but Ropey is a solid rope name.
Thank you.
I like it.
Well, now I got 5 Ropey Juniors.
Oh,
Ropey had
That's-
5 kids.
that's so sweet.
Well, Ropey sort of.
Ropey died in labor.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa!
You give
Ollie,
birth to
you-
5 Ropey.
You
What
go
just happened?
You have the...
Wow!
I don't know if that was Ollie or Amanda.
Yeah.
I think I knew.
That was Amanda.
Ollie, I don't think we're gonna riff anymore.
Just in
I
general.
think that was Amanda, and Amanda could just never
Ollie
remember.
has a darkness in his soul that I don't want to see
You
anymore.
just noticed?
Anyway, let's go
wizard, of
question
course
some
he does.
prisoners.
I don't know if we should go down there and question them down there. There's all these people
lot of
down
other
there.
people.
Yeah, there's a lot of other people. Could you have the clerks bring... Should we do the goblin or the bugbear?
Goblin, we haven't talked to him yet.
That's
The
true, he just
bugbear had a little
fainted.
bit of like fuck you energy to
Yeah.
him.
He did. Could you have the clerks bring the goblin up? Bound,
You can just-
preferably.
They're standing 5 feet from you. You can just ask them.
Hi, could you
Hey,
please?
guys,
Hello?
we're
Yeah.
sorry about
Would
this
you-
guy.
I'm not going to do that.
Sorry, we were talking about you like you were.
I'm
right
sorry.
there.
It's okay.
Oh, I genuinely
hard.
didn't notice.
It's hard for me to see sometimes out of my left eye. Anyway,
Me
Oh,
too.
yeah, that makes sense.
if you could find the goblin who's in the holding cell.
Yeah, I will go down there and
Thank you.
in among the criminals, and I will go get him.
I'll stand here while you do this.
Do you want someone to go with you, bud?
We could come.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't afraid of no goblin.
Why did you say it like
You
that?
said that very weirdly, but yeah,
The rhythm of that
like,
phrase
I
felt a
wouldn't,
little
I wouldn't
forced.
say no to someone to watch my back.
Okay, we'll come down.
'Cause
We
they're
got
all
you,
untied
buddy.
in there now.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We got all these ropes
I know.
too.
That's how I got
Um,
Ropey's first through.
He leads you over to the door you saw them shuttling all the prisoners through. It opens onto just like a very simple wooden staircase down into what is like an only half-finished basement, like stone walls, dirt floor. There are
Oh, no.
2 cells built of iron bars down there, not particularly big. These are not meant to have more than like 2 people in them.
Oops.
Oh no.
You go down. There is
He told us that like 5 or 6 times, and we were just like, well.
2 of the red brands and the bugbear in one cell, the other 2 red brands, Glassstaff and the goblin, in the other. And you walk down to see Glassstaff is sitting on a bench at the back, like leaning against the wall, eyes kind of half shut. Just sort of resting his eyes, a little rat sitting on his knee.
God damn it! I knew.
And all
Stole
4
the rat!
all 4 red brands like
Wait,
turn and
where
look
was
at you
that
as you.
rat? Was
In-
that in
yeah.
In his
All 4 red brands turn and look at you as you come in, and the bugbear and goblin are both face down on the floor.
Oh,
Like,
dead?
You don't see blood. They're not moving, and also you're not. You didn't go down. It's just these 2.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
I'd go too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I thought it was just 2. Okay.
Yeah, I'd go.
So 3 of you.
whoa,
whoa!
whoa.
I got you.
Thank you. What did you do?
Are you addressing just the red brands in general?
Glass staff?
Glassstaff. Glassstaff sort of just seeing where he is, just opens his eyes a little bit, goes, I'm so sorry, I can't help you. I didn't see a thing.
Try that again! And I'm gonna pull out my dagger. No, I'm gonna pull out my crossbow because I'm behind bars, right? Like, he's behind bars, right?
He is behind bars.
Mm-hmm. Try that again.
Can I see?
And the two red brands in the cell them start to like step in the path of it, and he goes, no. And they step aside, he goes, you're welcome to shoot me, your prisoner, in captivity if you want. Feels like something I would do.
Do they look like they're actually dead? Can I tell?
Give me a medicine check.
Also, out of character, I am amazed that these guys still have so much loyalty to Glassstaff.
That is 16.
Incredible.
16?
Yeah.
They look dead. In the left-hand cell, the one that the bugbear is in, the dirt floor is sort of mussed a little. The dirt's a little bit kicked up, like there was a little bit of a struggle in there. You don't see any wounds from here, necessarily, but they don't look alive.
Hey, Rothgar. We might need a healer in here.
I don't think.
Was he in the middle of eating a burger?
A sloppy Joe, actually.
I come downstairs.
Ron, I
There's
don't-
a very obvious like food staying around my mouth.
Jaden will follow too, because
I don't-
Oh, welcome, gentlemen. I was just talking with your friends here. There appears to have been some kind of horrible accident down here. I didn't see what happened, so I can't help, but it's simply a shame. I am aghast.
Okay, well, let's open these up and see if we can get these guys back to some kind of a semblance of consciousness.
Jaden's gonna pull out his whip.
Okay.
I'm gonna open up the cell door for the one with the goblin in
You
it.
open the cell door. The red brands look like they're like, kind of start shooting each other like, oh, what do we do right now, look? And Glassstaff just goes, stand back, gentlemen, stand back. No need to cause a scene. And they all back away from the bodies and the doors.
Okay, I'm gonna try and pick up the
Yeah,
goblin.
I'll get him. I'll
Yeah.
drag him out.
Gently.
Yeah.
I
We'll
don't.
carry out the goblin.
You carry him out. We can assume you get the bugbear as well.
Think-
Yeah,
You're not going for the bugbear?
sure.
I mean, if they're both dead, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You
now that
drag
we
them
have
out.
them close up, now that we
They're
drag them out.
definitely dead with a close-up look. There's no wounds, but you can see like ligature on the throats.
So,
They were choked.
yeah.
I do not believe I can do anything about this. I apologize.
So he killed them like manually, like without magic, right?
There's no sign of magic here.
Well, I guess that just means that you're the one who has the information that we want.
Whatever information would that be? I'm sure you, whatever it is, I know nothing of anyone else's plans or of the way to certain castles.
This small town, I don't know if they have laws yet against torture, but
Do you think he could live his life well without a leg or an arm?
I was just thinking what he could stand to
I
lose.
feel like Darren Edermath, he gets on fairly well.
Yeah.
With
without
one
an
arm.
arm.
And he's a better man than him, so maybe without both arms would be fair to...
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. Let's give it a go. Let's bring him out.
Do you intend to remove any of Yorna Albrecht's limbs?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Give me a
I was
deception
gonna say,
check.
we're not sure yet.
But I'm thinking about it. Deception, 12.
Advantage is helping?
12. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, we're kinda
yeah,
doing a
you can,
thing.
You do with advantage.
Okay. And that time it's 18.
Okay.
How about we bring this guy on out here? Maybe take him upstairs, let him see the light, you
Bind
know?
his hands.
Yeah. Binding his hands would be good.
I get Ropey the Third.
Yes. Quick!
Uh,
Ropey the Third, get in here.
Ron, will you actually check his pockets for a wire?
Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
sure. So I'm going into the cell, but I'm gonna keep a careful eye on these boys either side of him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be ready with my whip to whip any, like just literally like cock back, ready.
And they
to whip.
do like you open the door, start to go in, and they like start to move forward ever so slightly, and then he just does like a and shakes his head a little, and they back off.
Okay. I mean, I can drag you out, or you can just come with us. You know, come up, have a talk.
I'll come quite
Okay.
willingly.
Let's go.
After you.
No.
All right. And he steps out of the cell and starts heading up the stairs.
You're seeming pretty smug for someone who was shitting his pants like an hour ago.
What can I say? I've had a little time to think in here, and I've seen the error of my ways, and found, I suppose, a sort of inner peace.
I really fucking hate this guy.
Yeah, he's kind of the worst.
It's kind of the worst.
I think we should probably find a way, like somewhere we could lock him up away from these other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
separating them out does
'cause-
seem like.
They seem pretty blindly loyal to him. Also, we should probably clear out that stupid sleeping giant place.
Yeah. I gotta ask first, do you actually know where Cragmaw's castle is? Because.
I don't. I've never been there.
Insight check.
Mm-hmm.
Natty 1.
Not better. Or it is better, but not much. That's a 7.
13.
Hard to get a read on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's see what else we can get out of you.
He says, that was never my part of the arrangement. My work was here.
And I'm gonna check his pockets, like Ollie had said.
Like rope or a wire.
Or just something shiny. Tell me what you got.
No, you've already cleared him out of valuables already.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we did like pat him down and
Yeah.
You do not find that piece of wire you were worried about.
Is there anyone else who would know where this castle is? Maybe Grandpa? If it's Grandma's castle?
That's a great point.
There is the possibility.
I don't.
Nobody
Did you
has
say-
like a spell or
Did
anything
you
fancy
say
that can...
Grandma's castle?
Yeah.
I feel better and better about our chances every moment.
You're getting locked up and you're going away forever. You idiot.
No, it's going to be so terrible for me. Please, please, can you see it in your heart to let me go? I promise I'll be good and I won't burgle anyone anymore. It was all
Why are you
fools.
like this? Why in the world are you like this?
More importantly,
No!
why is he so confident right now? Can somebody go and check the other prisoners real quick?
I'll go downstairs and run an eye on those prisoners, the other red brands.
They're all just sitting around in the cells.
Okay.
Are you just like this? This just your god-awful personality?
Why? I have been trying for so much of my life to learn magic, to try to make people's lives better, and I have fucking failed at it, and you are clearly more powerful than me, and why are you like this?
You failed at it. Did you do this to yourself?
No, you don't get to do that. You don't get to talk to him like that.
You're right, I'm sorry. Very rude of me.
Yes, and literal piece of shit of you.
I'm still down in the cells. I'm gonna go down to the red brands. Are they all in one cell? How many?
No, 2 in one, 2 in the other.
All right. I'm gonna go into one of the cells with the 2. Close the door behind me. Bring my warhammer out. They're all unarmed, right? We did that. Yeah. Okay. Was I? Yeah.
They-
we did.
they
we-
do
we-
sort of back
we-
off
with a sword. Should
Yeah.
not happen.
It's like-
One of them in the cellular room goes, what is this? What are you doing?
My companions have morals and squeamish stomachs. I do not. And I'm gonna
Thank
gut
God.
punch him with a warhammer.
Oh shit!
Fuck you.
Give me an attack roll.
Oh shit!
All I'm thinking this whole time is like, man, I wish Jaden's morals were a little looser. Fuck.
Yeah.
Attack roll 19.
That hits.
Cool.
He's gonna have a tummy ache.
My rolling damage, I'm going all non-lethal on this, but am I rolling for damage on
Yeah.
this stuff? Cool.
Yes, you are.
Let's do it.
You want to get up here with your lack of morals, sir?
It's gonna be 6 points of bludgeoning.
Look, he definitely feels the hit. It's a hard hit. He sort of doubles over, and you hear that sort of dull, like all the wind got knocked out of him noise. And he retches a little as you pull away. Just goes, "What is that? What are you doing?" And the other one goes, "What do you want?"
I just wish to know what happened here.
They look at each other for a minute, and he opens his mouth, and one of the ones in the other cell just sort of does a quick. And he just goes, "I don't know. I think he fell."
Do I did I catch that little exchange, that little nod? I'm gonna lock eyes with him and I go, "Oh, then it is you I need to talk to." I'm gonna exit that cell.
Give me an intimidation check.
Go into that one. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
See.
That one just aimed a little down. Yeah, just use the.
I got you.
Got it. Oop, that's straight down. Out.
I like how you reach for it just to roll it again. You felt like you were just gonna be like, no, don't like that.
No, that's not cool.
New one.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 5.
Oh no!
He just looks at you, goes,
No advantage because he got punched again? Okay, thought I'd ask.
just looks at you, goes,
That's right.
What if we got punched? No, never mind. Never threaten the DM. Go on.
"Do what you want, man. I have no illusion me helping you makes you be any better to me."
Neither do I. And I do another gut punch on this guy.
Jack roll.
That's a natural 20.
Yeah, roll damage.
Amazing.
That's 5, and then I'm rolling again. Total of 9 points bludgeoning.
This one looks severely weakened by the impact. He takes it and then sort of just crumbles onto his butt on the ground. He goes, "Oh, God."
Before we start, your left or your right hand? Which do you wish? If you do not choose, I will choose both for you.
Am I choosing which I keep or which you break?
Warhammer right down on the left one. I'm breaking that hand.
Hold his hand. Give me one more intimidation check with advantage. You can use strength on this one.
Oh, sickening. That is that is an unnatural 20.
Oh boy.
Fine. What do you want?
I just wish to know what happened here, and I wish to know everything about Glassstaff. You seem very loyal to him.
Well, I didn't see another way out except for him. I'm in a prison cell with him. I trust he probably has a better idea of how to get out of this than I do. So he said, "Kill that guy. It's our best chance." I did it.
Thank you. Then I'm going to grab him by the collar. I'm going to haul him up upstairs and reconvene with the rest of the group.
Meanwhile, actually, in some parts of Baldur's Gate, the Flaming Fist will administer a whipping to people for certain punishments. So actually, it is within the full range of the law to administer a punishment by whipping. Maybe right in front of the Sleeping Giant Tavern?
And Rothgar comes up with this guy and drops in a chair next to Glassstaff, who looks at him, and just eyes do go a little wider, and he looks up at you and goes, "So, have you hauled me up here to actually ask me anything, or are we just trading barbs for the rest of the day?"
Where's Cragmaw's castle?
I genuinely don't know.
When was the last time you spoke to goblins?
This is the last time I spoke to goblins?
Those goblins.
The goblins at Cragmaw?
Mm-hmm.
The 3 bugbears and 1 goblin who you saw in the hideout. They're the only ones I've dealt with directly. They were sent as emissaries and to help enforce our will in this town. I didn't want to actually put them out on the street in public unless it was an emergency, because bugbears in the middle of Phandelver is going to attract more attention than I want.
Who is the Black Spider?
Black Spider? He is a crime lord, I guess would be the term. He operates out of the underworld of Neverwinter. He is very secretive. He's a drow. I don't actually know his real name.
Can I I suppose history check
Mhm.
from having been in the
And-
crime world.
you did
in
this until the
Neverwinter.
last time,
Oh,
but now
yeah,
that
yeah.
you've gotten this extra information, you can do one at advantage.
Okay, because he's a drow and all
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, you got some specifics.
9 and 6. So history.
69, nice.
Thanks, babe. That's a 10. I have a very average amount of knowledge. 10.
10. You've heard. You think you. It's starting to sound familiar. You think you've heard of this person before. You know there is a drow, a very powerful drow sort of gang leader of sorts somewhere within the city. He doesn't interact with a lot of people directly. He's sort of very selective about who he'll work with, and so he sort of works. His organization works. It's sort of a shadow network.
The people that I know, or like the whispers that I've heard, did those people seem scared of him?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know enough about this guy. I've heard of him. It's not great.
Perhaps we need more information. I take out my warhammer again and look at Glassstaff.
To be honest, I maybe was a little cockier than I should have been because none of you struck me as the beat a prisoner in custody type, but I can see I was wrong. I don't know what it is you're looking for from me. I am a flunky in this organization. I was here to sow chaos, to draw attention away from his mission.
Insight check?
Give me an insight check.
Sure. That one.
Hello. Thank you.
17?
15.
15 here as well.
Nice.
22.
I didn't roll, but I think you guys got this.
You're along for the ride.
Roz is still piecing this together. She's still like, that rat.
Like
wait,
at the
what did
side
happen
of
with the
like the chamber, just like with
I
like a
probably
board with a
saw
bunch of string.
It's all ropies though.
It's making like this fun like star pattern.
Yeah, my character doesn't know what's going on. Yeah.
You play your character so well. You separate the actor and the character so well. How do you do it? It's so cool.
I did spend the first 10 minutes being like,
Most of what
yeah.
he's saying is at least somewhat true. He's omitting things.
What are you leaving out?
Who do you serve directly?
I don't serve anyone directly. We work together.
Who do you work with?
The Black Spider.
Hmm.
So you've met them.
Didn't you just say you were a flunky?
Yes, because I was trying to get you to think I was a flunky.
It's a good way to get people to think you're a flunky.
Yes.
Sure.
Stupid.
You know
people.
what? You know what helps? If you're in custody, is the people who have you thinking you're not a mastermind.
Well, you've succeeded. We don't think you're a mastermind.
Oh, good, thank you.
But you do have information we need.
I don't know him well. We are a pair of wizards who made a deal. The intention was for me to keep things chaotic around here, to keep people off of what he was doing. He was going to get the map from your rock seeker and use it to find Wave Echo Cave, and thereby the Forge of Spells, which we could use to grant ourselves great power.
And so then you hired the bugbearers and the goblins to kidnap
The
Roxy.
Cragmaw are Black Spiders thing. I don't deal with them.
Have you been there before?
No.
Okay. Insight check again?
Yeah.
Nope. 6?
Nope.
Yeah. Anyway, who in this town would know where it is?
In this town? Cragmaw Castle? I doubt anybody.
Your red brands?
No.
You just
The
killed
red-
the last 2 people who would know.
In this town, as far as I'm aware, yes. Good luck!
Hit him.
I do.
You see, you've got me now. I'm stuck here. But you handed me the only people left who could get you there. So if I can keep you from getting there and interfering with the Black Spider, the more the better. Thank you for that, by the way.
Hey, Sildar. How are the prisons in Neverwinter? Not nice, right?
Not particularly.
Mm-hmm.
There are fairly extensive ones under Castle Never. They are very secure.
What if someone had done some, like, naughty magic and, was, like, kind of a bad guy and definitely couldn't be left with other kind of people? What's the worst cell like?
Dark, small, damp. I had every intention of extraditing him back to Neverwinter as soon as arrangements could be made.
Yeah.
I will put in a note asking for less pleasant lodgings.
Yes, he's a murderer several times over. I think it's appropriate.
I'm aware.
But that does not answer what our next move is in this. It seems that there is a invisible web that we are tangled in, but do not know where.
A spider's web.
That's what yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Wow.
that's what yes.
That's
Very
so
good, Ross.
true, Ross.
You set him up. I
Knock them down.
Help you finish setting him up.
Anyways.
I'm used to kind of a one-man operation. I don't know what to do next.
Okay, hold on. I need to ask Sildar something. Sildar,
Yes.
and I kind of pull him aside just to talk a little quietly.
What can I do for you, Jaden?
We can't keep him with the other Red Brand cell.
Probably a good call.
Is there anywhere else in town that you know of where we could store him safely and as a temporary prison cell of sorts?
Genuinely no.
Ugh.
Did we hear that, or were you like across
This was him just talking to Sildar and then aside, and so Jaden just goes, "Okay, great," and then he will rejoin everybody and go, "I was just trying to seeing you guys like looking. Yes, I was just talking to Sildar about finding alternate lodgings for our friends."
There
here."
is the question of the remaining Red Brands, and this glass staff is a prisoner now, but what if he were to be our hostage for a while? Perhaps we could solve that problem and root out information at the same time.
I don't like the idea of bringing him with us. He's going to flap his jaw some more.
I
That's
do
going to
not
be
like
very
the
annoying.
idea of leaving him behind.
I don't either, but I feel like there's something in between.
Now
He
that-
needs a
could do.
sentry. He needs somebody who can keep an eye on him.
Now that
Sildar. Cool.
the bugbears and the goblin are dead, how many? There are 4 Red Brands, and that's
4 human Red Brands left down there.
I mean,
Well, 3, because we brought one up.
Yes.
I mean, when we put them,
okay, just theoretically, if we keep him here with the other Red Brands and someone's watching them, I feel like I'm gonna.
No, I
jinx it.
miscounted the number of Red Brands who were in there.
Was it 5?
There's because Rodney was brought down here earlier.
I thought it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rodney.
Rodney is still
Rodney.
passed out down there.
I feel like I'm gonna jinx it, but what's the worst he can do at this point?
Well, if he rallies the others,
if
it's
we
not good.
put, I mean, it won't be comfortable, but if we put the 5 in one and him just by himself.
I mean, I don't feel like the concern is protecting the other Red Brands.
No, it's his
But if
influence
he,
over them.
no, of course.
Let
but
us know in the
it's
chat.
easier-
What the fuck should we do?
No,
Play this
but,
game for us.
Yeah.
but it's
I think
less
we just
likely.
leave them here under watch.
I think, Sildar, would it be possible for you to just have him bound in your office and you
Maybe
keep
gagged.
eyes on him nonstop? Every waking moment?
I understand the impulse there. I don't think having him in my office is the answer.
No.
I'd rather
I
still
think the
have him
jail cell's the
in
best
something
place
that
for him.
locks and is secure. That said,
Yeah.
the people here are not guards. They are not jailers.
Right.
They've never had to do this before. Leaving them all alone was probably not a good move, but this is a group of people who aren't used to having to think about this sort of thing. I'm
Hey.
already trying to whip this place into shape. I will make sure there's a guard in there at all times.
Great.
Hey, Ollie.
Someone keeping
What?
an eye on them.
I know that a lot of that, magic stuff that you do, you gotta, some people, use their hands with things, some people, speak a lot. What did he do when he was casting magic? Did you see?
I mean, the thing is, it depends on what magic is being cast. Sometimes it is just words that need to be said. Sometimes it's a gesture.
Like if we broke his fingers or like, taped up his mouth or something like that, could that go a long way to help us out?
Could do both just to be sure.
Yeah, I feel like that's good.
Yeah. It's hard for a wizard not to have hands.
Yeah.
Are there any major cities like Neverwinter or Baldur's Gate, where the punishment for murder is murder as well? Like to be murdered, or is it just jail?
Capital punishment.
I mean,
You send him to Texas?
Send him to Texas?
That's the sort of thing that
I feel bad.
can go either way. Like there can be death penalty or not, sort of under the it's something a magistrate would have say over. So
Okay.
it's like they have trials. They're
Gotcha.
sentencing.
So it's
So not
case by
every-
case basis, kind of.
Yeah, not everyone gets exactly the same punishment, but like there can be death penalty. Yes.
I feel like we could rough his fingers up just a little.
It is very easy to render the hands useless, in my experience, if we are in favor.
I'm just saying, we've rushed in and been offing people left and right. Like,
Yeah.
is this really where we're going to draw the line
Well,
morally?
they've been armed.
It was in defense in
It was
that time.
In defense, they usually came for us.
This organization has
But this guy
invaded
sucks
these
so
people's homes.
I know, I'm with you.
If we tie his hands and gag him,
We could just break some of his fingers. I feel like,
Well, I feel like breaking all of his fingers wouldn't be out of place.
you just see Ollie left arm sort of twitch.
What's wrong with your arm? Besides the...
Jaden,
You've seen it.
Right. I mean, it twitched.
look, if there were ever somebody to be, long-term...
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, because he does.
I can be the one who does it. I'm willing. I don't mind. Okay, I'm gonna break his
I
fingers.
think this is an appropriate crime punishment fitting situation.
We are letting him live, and that is more than he deserves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Super
a
nice of
murderer
us.
many times over.
Unless
Yeah.
you have a spell that can take away his magic, I think we need to do something to protect the people who he might hurt.
Do you have a spell that could take away his magic forever? Because that would be super convenient.
Do not.
Shit.
Well.
Can you learn it real quick?
Okay.
That's not
He's
how
a
magic
wizard?
works.
Shit.
We've taken away his spell focus
Yeah.
and his spell book.
Yeah.
What if he gets a spell focus in a spell book again?
Keep them away from him.
I will.
Just-
Yeah,
no,
they will not.
Tie his hands.
Let's
gag-
not have this discussion in front of him.
That's fair.
Someone bring him back downstairs, and someone takes him the other way.
If we
I will not keep it in this building.
great.
I don't feel comfortable with having you
I-
mutilate prisoners.
I
under
really
my
don't like
roof.
that
Burn
either.
the spell book, maybe?
You can just a spell book can be destroyed. That's.
I mean, quite
we can-
honestly, would you like the spell book?
Sure.
Take it with you.
Sure.
I mean, I feel like as long as you have the spellbook in your possession and we are
Yeah.
far away from
It
Gladstone.
would both be safer, and you have
Oh.
proven a wisdom beyond your years, capable of handling that type of magic, in
Oh.
my opinion.
Yeah. No, I can take the spell book without a focus.
And now
I
the
wouldn't
question,
mind. I wouldn't mind tying his hands or gagging
fair.
him. I
Well,
don't.
Could you, Ray of Frost his hands, real hard, just to,
Ice still melts. A rope will last longer. If there are manacles, that would be fine too.
I'm sure your friend here can give you the finer points. Without that book, he can't use his magic.
I
And
know.
beyond that,
I
all he
mean,
has
you-
is his men, and his men are locked up.
I am fine with
I-
that as a compromise.
Thank you.
Okay.
But the question remains, where does this put us in our next move in unraveling all this?
Yes.
I don't know how to find Kragma's castle.
I think we know that it's out there, and we know that there are presumably more goblins and bugbears out there,
Wait.
just in the world.
Was the other wizard he was working with tied to Kragma?
Yeah.
That
They're
black
in
That's
spider.
the spider.
Yeah.
That's Spider.
Mhm.
Okay.
at the moment it feels like we have no leads. So
Yes.
perhaps we see what other good we can do in this area, and we keep our eye out for more Kragmaw goblins, more clues, more information.
For what it is worth, I am exhausted. If we plan to keep going, I am of no use going further.
Yeah.
I mean, I am literally I am of no use. I am exhausted. I need a beer and a bed.
Okay.
That'd be nice.
Well, maybe
I feel like there was a little DM advice mixed in there.
No, 100%.
Maybe let this go.
Amy, you don't call me out.
Dear players, do anything but this.
I'm like, I don't want to do this.
yeah.
What
I
time of
need
day
a
is it?
It's getting to be about dusk.
Okay.
Maybe
we head back
we'll
to
get some
the
ideas from having a sleep.
Or wherever we're staying. It's been so goddamn long. I don't
Yeah, so let's
remember.
stay
It's been a
Yeah.
long day.
Yeah.
Can I guess, get the spell book then?
Yeah. And he goes to his office, comes back out, and hands it to you.
How many red brands do we think are still in that stupid tavern?
Did we ever get?
I don't know if we should leave them.
Yeah, that is.
They
a
could
loose
bust
end.
their friends out. How many people are guarding these idiots?
You went in there.
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
Roughly, how many were in there?
Like 11?
You were in there, it was like 10 or 11.
Yeah. Yeah, there were like 10 or 11 at the time. And some of those people were people that we have now locked up.
I
Like
guess
Rodney was there and
Guess the question is, the couple that are left, do we think they'll rally or do we think they'll bail?
we can encourage them to bail.
I mean, yeah, and seeing how they looked when we took their friends through town, I don't think they're itching for a fight, it seems.
We can go and peek in on our way home.
Okay.
Yes, I think we should.
Make an appearance.
So you leave the townmaster's hall. It's starting to, be dusk. The sun is behind the horizon, and it's getting a little dark now. You do make your way over to the Sleeping Giant before you head back towards the inn. You get there, you get to the front. There's definitely lights on inside. There's nobody on the porch.
Okay.
I say we just kind of keep an eye out and...
I think we should go in.
Go in and
Oh,
check
okay.
if there's anyone in there.
You said there were lights or there were no lights?
There are lights.
I heard no lights.
No, there's definitely
Kinda
like
weird, then.
lanterns or whatever.
Then
burning
yeah,
in
for
there.
Amy, the lights are on. Nobody's home.
Yeah.
You going inside?
Yeah.
You guys make your way up, open the saloon doors, look inside, and the
And a
interior-
record scratches.
The interior is dead empty, save for that dwarf bartender who's back behind the bar with a mug of ale in hand, looks up at you, just goes, "They're gone. They're all gone.
Yeah, hey buddy.
They've not all been gone from here at once in months. They're gone."
Congrats on that.
He just starts downing the pint.
Oh, I'm right there with you, buddy.
We'll tell everyone that they can come back.
Thank you.
And if
Not
you-
their red brands.
No, the
No, the others.
And if any
Yes.
of them come back, you let us know, okay?
Oh, hey. Did you get them to go away?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Pregnant
What's he doing?
Why
He
do
comes
we have
around
the
the
bar?
bar and walks up to the person who happens to be closest at that point, which is Ollie, and just gives you an enormous hug, like squeezes way too tight.
Just as, most awkward, pat on back. Happy to help?
Roz goes, "Aww," and comes in from the side. Anyone else want to get in on this?
I'm good.
I'm
do you have more
good.
ale back
Yeah.
around the bar there?
Oh, hey, plenty.
Can you let go of me now?
Oh, hey!
Thank you.
I did suppose you wouldn't mind just getting
Round on the
a
house!
pint for us.
Yeah,
Yes, there we
thank
go.
you so much.
He served you. You have a nice, relaxing pint in this very quiet tavern.
Ollie passes passes his over to Hrothgar.
Oh, this is why I like you, Ollie.
Sure.
And
Among
then the
many
barkeep
reasons.
walks up and puts another one down in front of Ollie. He's like, "I saw you it out."
Oh.
Thank you.
Do you have any wine?
Probably got a little. Might be a little on the old side.
Perfect.
Comes back
Pass
out.
the dropper.
Like a dusty glass
One
bottle.
hand, one in the other.
Okay. Oh, does
You
it
wish to
feel
see
like
a
there's
party
anything in it?
trick.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh
cool.
wow.
This will do nicely, and I will push my ale towards Hrothgar as well. I had like a couple sips.
Now Hrothgar has full because Ollie
just kept
No.
Do any chance?
Ooh.
What is your name, friend?
Magnus.
Magnus. I am Hrothgar.
Nice to meet you, Hrothgar.
Pleasure. We are apologetic this befell your town, but we are happy to lend our services.
I appreciate you helping deal with the problem. It's been near pleasant 2 months, but I suppose worse things have happened in the world and probably shall again.
When they left,
Aye.
the folks, did you overhear them saying anything about where they were going or what they would do?
Yes.
No, they left in a hurry though.
Ah,
They were muttering something about a glass staff being gone.
excellent. That's
Did
exactly
they
what we
have
wanted to hear.
any stores here where like they kept things?
Doors?
Like storage.
like a locker?
Like, did the
Yeah.
Red Brands have storage in my tavern?
Yeah, just
Oh,
like
they just came
okay.
here to drink.
Okay.
Okay.
Thought I'd ask.
Just have one of those storage units.
Like
Like
looks like
an Amazon locker.
Does it look like a
Like,
nice
where you
bottle
pick
of
up
wine?
things.
Do I know wine?
Uh,
Also that.
Do you know wine?
Jaden drinks a bunch of wine, yeah.
Oh,
But I don't know if this is a
know
wine he would know. Jaden knows wine.
give me a history check.
10,000. It's actually 9 now.
It's
A
9.
natural
Yeah.
10,000, guys.
ever.
What you can glean from this is it is an Amnion wine you've never heard of. You have no idea if this is good wine or not.
Okay, great.
Amnion just makes me think of the word amniotic.
Yum yum.
Anyway.
We are also searching for a figure that goes by the name of Black Spider?
Black Spider.
Black Spider, or a location called Grandma's
Cragmaw Castle.
I've heard so many.
Don't ask me.
Cragma's
I've
Castle.
never
Have
heard
you
of either of those, I'm sorry.
never
good.
eavesdropped
God,
on
no.
Fuck her up, Roz!
No.
No, that was Jamie.
Then we will be on our way. Thank you for the ale.
Of course.
Thank you for the
Welcome
wine.
here anytime.
Thank you so much for having us. Okay,
No.
on our
Seem
walk
amused,
back,
Sally.
No, that was Amanda thinking about some things. It's fine.
on our walk back, I am gonna like, if I see anyone, what was the name of it? The Lions
Sleeping Giant?
Sleeping Giant, yeah. If I see anyone on the street, I'm like, hey, Sleeping Giant is like free and open. I feel like there's nobody in there right
And
now.
everybody you pass me that too is like, did you hear that? The Sleeping Giant.
This is like the exclusive club that no one's been able to get into for a while. Had like a waiting list.
There's no bouncer outside or anything. Yeah. He just gave us a round for free. He won't do that for you, but you know, he's
We're
pretty happy to have
special.
customers. Yeah.
Did you hear? Did you hear? The Giant's awake.
They break
sounds
the
like
song.
they're being like.
Musical number.
I know. I'm just like imagining the opening of the Music Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you talk? What do you talk?
And then we get back to the
Well,
inn.
now
You
you-
get back to the inn. You get back to the Stonehill. You come inside. There's like a pretty sizable like evening crowd in here at this point. You walk through the door, and you just hear a voice go, "There they are!" And
Oh,
people start clapping.
Oh,
Ah, yes!
that's nice.
Ollie, what are we clapping for?
I think us.
Oh!
Toblin comes over with 5 mugs of ale. Just like, here you go, here you go. Darren came by earlier, told us what had happened, and
Go on. Say more now.
word sort of got around, and looks like you guys are sort of local famous.
Oh,
Oh.
I've never been local
Take
famous
it.
in a good way before. That's nice.
Yeah, me neither.
Tobin,
Yeah,
this ale.
yes.
Give me wine?
I got some wine.
Great, I would love a glass of wine.
He's
Passes
the,
it to Ralph. My dwarven friend, however, loves ale.
he's the duck that says, got any grapes?
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
What is this reference?
Oh, you haven't heard this joke?
No.
No,
Duck?
it's a deep internet cut. We'll get into it later.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
We'll tell all about it. We'll do a special Patreon content.
Yeah, out of context, that would sound
Yeah,
funny.
that's insane.
That done.
Yeah, just passes
Quack
off
quack,
ale.
am I right?
Oh,
That's 7? Is that 7 at this point?
In like the last like 2 hours.
Dear God.
Tis a good number.
Toblin comes back over moments later with a glass of wine and a bottle. Goes, you can have this bottle. It's on me.
Toblin.
This is Sky Peak Vineyards. You have heard of this vineyard.
Toblin!
It's been sitting around.
Sounds real.
People here drink a lot more ale than they do
that's
wine. And no one's bought this thing. It's been sitting here forever. It's an Amnian wine. Bought it, I think, right after my wife gave birth to our son, and it's just been sitting in the back there. No one's bought the thing. It's a pretty good wine. Enjoy.
Toblin, you will have to have some of this wine with me.
Absolutely.
And is your wife working tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Always here.
she shall have to have a glass as well.
He goes and gets her. You guys share a drink together. You have a
Perfect.
lovely time.
Fantastic.
Everybody in the inn, everybody looks like they belong there. Everyone's townsfolk. Everyone's got the same energy, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Just,
No
Can I
weirdo.
it's been a
roll
weird,
for
it's been a weird
vibe
day. I don't want to get
Oh,
stuck.
You can roll,
fair.
yeah, you can roll for a vibe check if you want.
Yeah, I'm
Vibe
definitely.
check.
Move
Just
the
want that vibe
room.
check. That's all I want.
I like a vibe check. I'll do a vibe.
What modifier are we using for that?
Nope.
Or we're just doing
Insight.
Insight.
No vibe.
Oh,
Oh wait, there's one that says vibes.
yeah, 16.
It's weird. It looks hand-drawn.
16. Good vibes in this room.
All right.
Vibes seem
Yeah.
good.
I'm gonna keep drinking.
You do happen to catch a glimpse of Sister Grail sitting over at the bar, like sort of, like a little bit of a smile on her face, but just sort of, almost seems like surveying you guys. She is the local priest who
Oh,
only
yeah.
Rofdar has met.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'll just raise a little bit to her.
She raises her drink to you as
drink
well.
to her.
Oh, who's she?
Do not worry about it.
Ollie, while this is happening,
Whoa. Easy,
Ollie
buddy.
is sitting in the corner, quietly attuning to the staff of defense.
Okay.
That was in character. I wasn't yelling at Amy.
No, Rods would cry.
Oh, no.
Oh, you know who we should talk to tomorrow? Holly
There is
Thornton.
Holly.
Thornton.
Oh yes, the miners' exchange woman.
Yeah. Did she
Yeah.
offer us money to do what we just did?
I believe she wanted us to bring her correspondence that the Red Brands might have, if I
Oh,
recall.
we do have some correspondence that the
We
Red
do.
Brands
Specifically
have.
last staff.
Specifically Glassheads, yes.
Maybe we can
I
collect them
mean,
on the
we
way out.
technically-
Yeah, maybe
because
tomorrow
we
we
do
can-
have the letter from Glassstaff, so we do
Oh.
have correspondence.
Maybe not
Holly
the
Thornton in the
problem.
room.
Yeah.
She's not.
Okay, good. Holly Thornton, anyone? Holly Thornton? No? Okay.
No.
Either way, I think Hrothgar's gonna head to bed for the
Yeah,
night.
I'm going to bed.
You
Yeah,
guys
take that
go to bed
rest.
and sleep a deep, deep sleep.
Longest day ever.
Yeah, people have exerted themselves
7
quite a bit. You guys can go ahead and do a long rest.
Woohoo!
I'm gonna say a quiet prayer to my God before I go to sleep, and I'm gonna thank her for the companionship I found.
Alright.
It's a good feeling I haven't had in a long time. Yeah.
Jaden is gonna say a prayer to his god over this Talon sword.
Do you take any time to like examine that and figure out what it is?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I wasn't gonna take the time, but Jaden absolutely, like, in the room, like, does, like, gives it a test run, goes through the poses and fucking, yeah, tries it out.
But do you do like the spend an hour with it, identify what it is kind of thing?
Oh, yeah, if I need to look it over to do that.
Yeah.
I assumed with weapons that you, like, kind of assess them by trying them out.
You
but
can by like actively using, yeah.
I feel like that's what Jaden would
Fair
do.
enough. Yeah.
But also, like,
Mulligan,
obviously
mulligan.
examine the
Lamp
beautiful
breaks.
detailing on it. Woohoo!
Ooh, what is it?
I get a thing. Oh, my envelope? I don't
We
think
need
I
an
have it.
envelope
Give
now.
it to you at the end, but
Okay, no, that's fair. Fuck it. Who
yeah,
cares?
Give him his envelope. Oh,
it fell in the canyon.
I got it with my
between our tables.
footsies.
in the
Schloink.
chasm. Oh,
Perfect.
wait, what? It
Thank
flew
God
all the
for
way under
Janie's
the
long
table?
Yeah, my really long feet grabbed it.
Oh.
Okay.
Long
So
feet.
nobody touched that envelope.
Done.
Okay, good.
Cool. Thank you.
What'd you get? Sorry.
Talon.
It's a weapon.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a.
Which I
Oh,
thought.
no. Hold on.
Which I thought
You know, if you
truthfully
wanna say it,
Roz
you can-
might be
you take it
better
if you
off with, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Right.
Because the long
So,
sword.
you guys have your long
Necessary.
rest. You wake up in the morning. Birds are singing. The sun is bright in the sky.
And I need
Things
to-
seem upbeat in Phandelver. People have a little more pep in their step. Seem a little happier. You guys gather over breakfast in the main tap room of the Stonehill. have like nice plates of bacon and eggs, and the day is yours to do what you would like with.
So we want to go talk to
Halia?
Halia.
Yes.
Bad girl.
Quick question, DM. Since I have
What?
someone else's spell book now,
Uh-huh.
could I have spent the night sort of looking through it? I know I can't, get the spells out of it yet, but can I just look
Oh,
through
yeah,
it?
just to look through it and see what spells are in there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh,
I
I'm
wanna
excited
do
for
that.
this.
Let me pull up his stat block.
You got what is the fantasy equivalent of nuclear launch codes.
Okay, so I'm going to skip over cantrips.
Yeah. You can't copy cantrips? Is that a thing? Or?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Stay peeing? What?
Anyway. Great. Yeah, sorry, you were saying.
Available to you from this spellbook will be
Mm-hmm.
Charm Person,
Okay.
Magic Missile, Hold Person, and Misty Step.
Oh, old person.
Oh, that's definitely what it does. A spectral person appears and just gives you a hug.
All right.
cuddle.
Well,
So
there
nice.
is
Yeah, that
only-
spell's just for comforting people.
Yeah, of course.
Hey,
What else
I
would
kinda
it
want
mean?
that spell.
Wow.
Real life.
It's going to be Misty Step for me because I have a scroll of Charm Person and the other two. But Misty Step for funsies. That'll be great. Awesome.
Misty Step is nice.
It is.
Mhm.
I can't use any of them because Is there a place to buy paper and ink here?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Can I buy a rope?
Presuming you asked Toblin that, he goes,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
I
think
would imagine the Lion Shield would have that. They tend to have
Great.
armaments and stuff of that nature that would be more for
I need to
adventurers,
how much money I found.
mages.
Rope? I got a rope situation over here. Oh, I'm sorry.
Probably get rope there or the Barthens.
Okay.
Can I get some
I
rope?
would think either would
Yeah,
have
let's
that.
do it.
It's 50 gold per spell level unless it's an evocation spell, which is half. Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay. And Misty Step is a second level or first level? Two. Okay.
Re-hold person, somebody said in the chat. What could be more comforting than being physically restricted from moving in any way? Honestly,
dream.
it's a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
It's just a
Okay,
weighted
yeah,
blanket.
yeah.
We want that.
I want to
I
be
don't like weighted
swaddled like a toddler at
Yeah.
all times.
Yeah.
Or a baby. I guess you don't swaddle a toddler.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh dang, I forget I get to prepare a whole new list of spells.
Yes, you
and
do.
stuff.
Oh yeah, you got
Amazing.
work to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that over before we.
Amazing.
And
get
while
into
he's doing that,
Mm-hmm.
what is our plan? What do we want to do?
We're
Yeah, I'll follow the group
Malia?
on this one while I'm doing
You going
this.
on a shopping trip then, Halia trip?
if we have time, that'd be nice.
I do want to ask Toblin privately if there's a blacksmith in this town.
So he's, yes, one just up the street.
Okay. Just up the street?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like,
Okay.
Everything's 5 minutes away.
All right,
it's a
everything's
very
just
small
up
town.
the
If
street.
you just turn out of here and head up the street you came into town on,
Literally that way,
it's like
okay.
2 buildings up.
Got it. Excellent.
Cool. So yeah, going to the.
As we walk to Halia, yes.
We're going to the store first.
We're going to the store first. Okay, never mind.
Shopping.
Shopping. Let's go to the store.
You
Which
don't
store
want
are we
to
going
talk
to?
No, I don't want to talk to. We're going there.
Okay, fine.
that
Lions
one.
thing, so I can buy paper and ink and rope.
Rope me.
Revised
Wait,
again?
so you said the
I
Lion Shield?
can't.
Yeah.
Okay, you make your way. It's like south of the town square, and like just past the town master's hall, you do find a little building, shingle hanging outside with that same image of a shield with a lion's face on it that you saw on those pilfered crates. Make your way inside, racks of weapon and armor and that sort of fighting and combat gear. There's also like adventuring gear in here as well, but it's like an outfitters for people who would be going to adventure or war or things like that. There is a woman, sort of on the tall, human woman on the tall side, a little bit. What?
Sorry, I'm getting Duolingo notifications and
I am
Amy is very
stressing on her
stressed about it.
behalf.
I'm on a 970-day streak. And
That we'll just see that
Sort of-
owl like knock on the window.
She's tall, a little bit
Oh
on the
my God.
lanky side. Looks to be mid-30s. Hair tied back in a very like a utilitarian, very simple, just like pony. Feet up on the counter, sitting on a stool behind the counter, feet up on it, just like sharpening a sword. looks up as you come and goes, well, hello! Welcome to the Lion Shield Coster. Anything I can help you with, folks?
Give me 1 second to math really fast.
Give our wizard a second!
It's fine, I'm so
He
sorry.
just looks at you and goes, fuck out.
Fair.
He does the Grandpa Simpson walks in.
I just need some
Good
rope,
rep.
please.
That corner shelf over there.
What's back there?
Do you? I see
50
you
feet
are
of
wetting the blade with your stone there.
Yes?
Do you have any? Do you perchance do any metalworking?
A bit, yeah.
Okay.
I'm largely sort of a trading post for things a bit. We don't make a lot of our gear on the premises here, though I do a bit on my own. Where there is a fully functional blacksmith up to the north end of town as well. But is there anything in particular you're looking for?
No, that's all right. Actually, I may come back later.
Wait a minute. You're the ones who fought off the Red Brands, right?
Yeah.
We are.
Look at you!
Look at us.
That is some impressive stuff. A lot of people around here very happy with you guys. Oh, I'm sorry, rude of me. Lenine.
Ah, Jade and Fallacious
A
Crossguard.
pleasure to meet you, Jade Fallacious Crossgarden.
How happy? Like discount on things happy?
Not waiting at all to just milk the hell out of this, huh?
Nah.
I feel like when you ask, it's immediately a no.
Yeah.
You gotta
That's
wait till
more or
it's
less
on.
how it works, yeah. You gotta
Okay.
wait for people to offer on a thing like that.
Okay. Just checking.
Now,
I keep browsing.
What's my rope situation back
there's
here?
plenty of rope.
Oh, baby!
We got hempen rope
baby.
and silk rope.
Woo! I'm gonna get. How much is it?
We had hempen before.
The hempen is what you have.
No, how much is it?
Silk
I
rope
know,
is
I
more
know, just
expensive,
like-
but it's lighter.
I'm not really worried about rope weight.
And it's good for your skin. The silk. You can step
Uh,
on it at night.
The rope is 1 gold for 50, sold in 50-foot lengths, 1 gold for hempen, 10 gold for silk.
I'm gonna take 100 feet of hempen.
Yeah, two coils of hempen rope, 2 gold.
Oh, baby.
You're rope rich.
And still have the 5 little ropies.
Little rope babies.
A family of rope.
Look, I'm not bringing much to the table.
The
I've
mama rope, the
decided
daddy rope,
I
and the
can-
baby rope.
Little baby rope.
I made a little rope family.
You never know when you're gonna need rope, as we see.
Nice.
Jade
I'll
will
be
ask
the rope
Lenine
lady.
for a whetstone to purchase.
Yeah, you got it,
Yeah,
buddy.
you will be.
She just reaches under the counter, puts one on it.
Great.
That'll
I'm
be...
looking at how little money
I don't know why I shut my price list.
10 seconds.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, that'll be a copper.
Oh, great.
Nah, it's a
Copper,
rock.
where?
I toss her a copper.
She catches it,
Oh.
puts it in her mouth, bites, just a little... No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's copper. It
I
probably would.
I sold you a rock for copper. I don't...
Right. But it's a
getting
whetstone,
vibe
right?
here. Is it just me?
Oh.
It's just
You
me.
say that out loud.
I'm not even gonna touch it.
It is a whetstone, all right, not just a rock.
No, it is a whetstone,
Okay.
but a whetstone is basically a particular rock.
She said she's
Indeed.
not going to touch it, so
Well.
there's no vibe.
Okay.
I could use some paper and ink.
You looking for just regular paper and ink, or is this like wizard paper and ink?
It's wizard paper.
That'll be that shelf over there.
Okay.
Lenine, I can't help but notice you seem sharper than most folk we've talked to in this town. Are you
Kind
born
of
in-
condescending, but go on.
Yes, but not to you.
No, don't worry.
You
He's
understand.
like that to everybody.
Yes.
I assume.
Well, I don't know about that.
But he's very unaware of it.
Talking. Hold
Go
on.
on.
So, Lenine, how did you come about Phandelver? You have relations here?
No, I work for the Lion Shield Coster. I came out here to open up this outpost when the town was getting built back up.
You're from a city.
Yarder originally.
Oh. Yeah. Do I know yours?
East of here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
Okay.
said it in an Australian accent, so that
Sorry,
was me.
that-
Me person asking.
Then there's no need for checks or anything because everyone here has spent enough time. They would know where it is. It's a not huge city, but like a semi-major city inland. It's
Yarder,
east of
you
here.
said?
Yarder. Yartar.
Yartar.
Yata.
Yeah.
Got it.
It is
Okay.
a member of the Lord's
Yartar.
Alliance.
You guys speak
Gotcha,
so
okay.
funny.
One of the member cities.
Thanks.
It's sort of, I don't have a good map in front of me that covers that much ground, but yeah, I would say it's sort of, probably not if you drew a straight line, it wouldn't hit it, but it's like somewhere vaguely between Neverwinter and Silvery Moon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tim,
So I might have passed it. Like I might.
yeah, it's entirely possible you went through Yard.
Yeah. Cool.
For components that I need for spells and such, can I find that here? Can I find that in town?
Yeah.
Cool. I need a shopping list. I need a pair of platinum rings, 50 gold each. That's gonna wipe out my bank, but I'd
Get
really.
married.
Shut up! I'm not getting married.
Did you see him use this spell? Sort of.
A little bit.
It's
Yeah.
adventure married.
It is adventure married.
Yeah, she has a couple.
Cool. I'm gonna. Yeah,
thought
I got
you
like
were
just
done.
enough. How much is Electrum worth? What's the
One
conversion?
electrum is half a gold.
It's half a gold, so 2 gold, 2. I'm at 99 gold exactly there. With no wait, 100 silver being 1 gold.
10 silver.
10 silver is a gold.
Damn, I got enough.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna buy 2 platinum rings. That wipes out my bank usually.
Yep, she
basically,
has
but-
some on hand. You can have those.
All right.
Ollie brings over a stack of paper and ink, puts out all of his money, counts out just 17 gold and 31 copper, and then just pushes the rest to her. And just keeps his
Sorry, wait, you're giving her 17 gold?
No, I'm giving her everything
rest.
but the 17 gold.
Yeah.
It is for it. It is a total of 125 gold between the gold, the silver, the electrum, and the copper.
Great.
It's
So that is
Uh,
2.5 spell levels,
It is-
but 5 evocation spell levels.
yeah,
I got
it's enough.
69
It's
silver.
enough for me to copy down, or will be when I spend the time to copy down what was the charm person and fireball
Cool.
when I have the time.
Yeah. Wizards, the broke class.
Yeah, Ollie just like looks at it and is like,
All right.
I still don't know
Alright.
how much money I have. I just steal for
Thank
fun
you
of it.
guys. Good business today. Things are looking up.
Thank you.
It has been a weird couple of months, so it's like nice to have a little good sale there.
yep.
And
Heck
how?
yeah.
You're welcome.
17 gold.
Well,
30.
bye. Let's go see Helia.
Yes.
End of this interaction.
So,
Companions
you.
around me before we go. Or
yes, no, let's huddle.
I just
Companions?
What?
Go on.
I would like to offer a prayer, if I may. I know perhaps you are not of faith, but I find
Sure.
in times we've been through a lot. We may be through a lot more, and I'd just like to offer some resolve, if I may. Do not take offense to this, Fallacious, but I plan to bless these 3 with a little bit more resolve. But I feel that you, with your new weapon and seeing you in the heat of battle, I do not believe I've seen you gone down in battle quite yet. Is that true?
No, he has.
Yes. Has anybody not gone down in battle?
That first bugbear we encountered,
Just
I
me.
got super knocked out.
I'm still planning. Come
Oh,
You
because
still
And,
need
uh,
it.
Left undone.
I'm gonna say a little
Yes.
dwarven prayer, and I'm gonna cast Aid
Yeah, boy.
for the next 8
Ooh,
hours
nice.
for
Thank
you
you,
3.
darling.
You guys
Aid.
get hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 5 for the next 8 hours.
Ooh.
It's all right. I shan't go
So,
down
like, right
again.
in parentheses, add 5 to what you got.
25 for now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no. Fallacious.
Yes.
You-
What, me? Yes. So, I had a thought this morning. This Hallie woman just wants correspondence from Glassstaff and is willing to pay us for it.
That's what she said.
Why?
Hmm.
Why does she just want? Is she an information dealer of some kind? Or, like, what's the deal with that? That seems like a very strange thing to request specifically, especially from somebody who owns a miner's exchange.
I don't know, she's very connected, and I feel like,
Well, she must be, yes.
information is power.
Do you believe her motives to be nefarious in nature?
It just struck me as odd. I don't think she didn't strike me as a nefarious person. Only
Just serious.
serious and strict to things, but I just wanted to see if any of you got any vibes off of her.
I
Did we
liked
get
her.
vibes?
At the
I
time, I
trusted
liked her.
Yeah, no, she seemed.
Yeah, I can remember thinking she was
she
serious and strict.
Yeah.
She seemed to want to make sure the miners were safe and okay, which is, a lot of her business.
Yeah, I assumed it was more just.
At the very least, she is our best connection into unraveling what is ahead of us.
I agree.
She probably is interested in the future of the mine,
Yeah.
which could be in the correspondence.
Interesting.
Gotta trust somebody in this crazy world.
I trust you.
Sure. Yes.
I trust you.
Should we?
I'm getting there.
That is a. Sorry, I'm looking at.
I think we all
Okay.
trust Roz.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anyone
obviously.
here who doesn't trust Roz.
Obviously.
Roz is
My
the best.
plan is working.
What's that? What?
Nothing.
Okay, all right, I love you. Oh, she's so
Roz
sweet.
is the BBG of this campaign.
I'm the what?
The
So you
BBG.
arrive at the
Yeah,
miners'
not even-
exchange.
Yeah.
You make your way in. It is bustling as always. The little old man who runs the front desk is sitting there just like, hello there!
Hey.
What can I do for you?
Oh, we're just gonna.
We're
and
gonna
just
go see
Halia
Mine.
pops out of her
Yeah.
like, just walk past him and come in.
We were gonna.
Already doing it.
Thank you.
You make it to her office. She motions to the two chairs that are on the opposite side of the
Why
desk.
does she keep that guy around?
Someone take those. I'm sorry, I don't have more seating in here. Goes over and sort of sits against the front of her desk. That lets you all sort of get settled.
Like
General set.
like substitute Tisa style.
Sorta,
like,
yeah.
Kind of leaning up against
Uh-huh.
it.
Which
Let's wrap, kid.
she's not tall enough to like fully just sit on it.
Sure.
So she's a pretty short person.
Jaden will sit.
What is that?
Jaden will sit.
So she looks at all of you, goes,
Everyone else.
So-
How many chairs are there? All right.
Two.
Not important.
you, well, I heard you did it. You've been into the Red Brand's headquarters. You
Yep.
dealt with the glass staff.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Wow.
From
Yeah.
my understanding
that.
is you more or less decimated their organization.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
That in and of itself is something I could, you're having dealt with glass staff, it is something I would give you some money for. What was part of the arrangement, but I'm curious about the other part. Any letters, correspondence?
Ollie will pull out the one letter we have.
Hand it over to her.
Yeah.
She looks over for a minute, goes,
Does that mean anything to you?
Black Spider, I've heard of him.
Anything you can help us with?
Depends. What do you want what do you want of him?
We have heard of him as well up until this point, but we know nothing of this spider. Where to
Tends to
find
work
him.
on. I don't know where to find him either. I can see if I know anyone who does.
We're
what
still
I-
looking for Gundren Rockseeker, and
Mm-hmm.
we think he has him. Right? I
Entirely
think he has him.
possible.
Can I roll
It's
insight
not
to
about
see
kidnapping.
if she's telling the truth when
Yeah.
she says, I don't know where he is? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
I also want to roll insight on that.
Eh.
Hey, I don't want to be the only one out of the party.
Modified 20.
Noise.
This is why you blow my dice.
15.
I've got a 21.
Nice.
Roz, Hrothgar, all.
Yes.
Yeah, she seems like she's being truthful. She
Great.
does not know.
I
this
knew I
information.
liked
She's
her.
telling the truth.
Yeah, she's
Gotta
Hrothgar
trust somebody.
and Ollie.
Yes.
Does seem odd that the lady who runs the mining guild in this small town seems to know quite a lot about this crime lord.
Oh,
I knew it!
Never trust
I'm
anyone.
just gonna give like a little
Yeah.
a little side look to Ollie, just a little.
Because
We both like cock our
from what
heads
I've heard of
Yeah.
him, he tends to keep to the shadows, work with fringes of what people would call polite society, hence using a remote goblin clan to do his bidding for him.
Yeah. Do you know where that goblin clan might
I don't.
be?
Do you know what the name of the Goblin Clan is?
Cragmaw.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
that
yeah,
makes
that-
sense. Yeah.
Oh,
Checks out.
Cragmaw!
They all file their teeth.
Right. We noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Somebody
a
said grandma?
like a craggy
Maw.
maw.
Maw
Yes.
crags,
Huh.
yes.
They file their
Now
teeth
we
to
get
points.
it.
What about Grandma? Where?
I don't know where that came from.
Oh,
Somebody said grandma. Caught on.
couldn't possibly have been me.
I
think
may
it probably
have
was.
picked up a name, but I'm
Yes.
not sure how far that gets you.
Something.
Just a first name. No last name.
Yes.
Nesnar.
Nesnar.
Yes.
And that's the name of Black Spider?
Sorry.
I believe.
As far as we know?
That's the name of what?
The Black Spider.
Okay, thank you.
And what is
Some of us
your...
are piecing this together. Please enunciate.
And what is your involvement in all of this? What is your interest in this correspondence with Glassstaff?
I simply wish to know of any potential threats to this community and its prosperity, of which I feel very responsible.
You are in charge of a mining operation.
Which is the lifeblood of this town. It's a mining town.
Look, you don't gotta tell anybody. I understand how important mining is, okay?
He's a dwarf.
I am very well put, Fallacious.
Thank you.
It just... I don't know.
How did you get that name?
I know people who know things.
Could you point us in their direction?
They're not nearby.
Yeah. Are miners like really chatty? I feel like you have a lot of information sometimes.
The friends I correspond with back in Neverwinter.
Oh, interesting. What did you do before you did this?
I've worked in other fields in the past, but always doing roughly the same thing. I'm a businesswoman, an administrator.
I mean, I don't need to roll insight on that because there's not like a lie in that, I suppose.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But what are you, like, what is your...
I don't know. I'm wondering if she was like got criminal connections like me.
Make an
yeah.
insight check.
Yeah.
You pick up she's
Is she thinking about crime? 7.
It's hard to get any read
Yeah.
on this.
No crime vibes.
What's happening here?
Okay.
We wish for the same thing you do, and that is the well-being of this community. We just need to know.
I will reach out to the two people I know and see if there's anything that can help you. And if there is, I'll let you know. I didn't learn that name in connection with what's currently happening. It's just something
No,
I picked
for
up
sure.
in the past.
We have reason to believe that we can find one of our friends at Cragmaw Castle.
Well, then I hope you are able to find it.
If you can find anyone who may have those connections. Again, as we said, you seem to be the most informed person here, and we are unfortunately working with very few people who seem to know where we're going. So we're trying.
I understand. If I think of anything I think will help you find your friend and that castle, you can believe I will let you know.
Appreciate it.
I do not have that information at the time.
You know miners. Do you know the Rockseeker brothers?
I mean, yes, they've been in and out of here. They haven't been here in
Yeah.
at least a few weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's all.
Oh. No, go off.
Is there anything else you can tell us? Like
Nothing springs to mind at the moment.
nothing important that we might need to know?
I mean, I'd be careful around all of this. My understanding is Nesnar is a dangerous person. Other than sort of general wishings of caution, no, not much at the moment.
Can I do inside check on that?
May I
Yeah.
as well?
Come on, motherfucker.
Well, then we'll just take what was promised and leave.
Motherfucker.
That's on the
Yeah,
edge, but
It's an 11.
also an 11.
As truthful as far as you can tell, she does hand over a purse with 100 gold in it.
Cool.
You guys start to get up, and she goes, "Oh, Bronwyn, would you wait behind a moment? I'd like to have a private word with you."
Thank you.
Yeah.
Count
Do you want to put
wizard.
put that in like the group pot for now? The 100 gold. Yeah.
I mean, I'll do the math. I
Yeah.
can do the math fast, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be right with you guys.
of course.
The rest of you file out.
Yep.
She gestures to one of the chairs and goes back around and sits on her side of the desk.
Nah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just looks at you guys. Greg Cassier.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, that answers that question for me. That's what I thought. Let me back up a little.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I run this miners' exchange. It's good work, it's honest work. I keep this place prosperous, but in this economy, we all have something on the side. You have to, right?
Absolutely, you have to. That's the only way I found to get by.
A person who values knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be in control of my fate,
Mm-hmm.
and in control of what situations I find myself in, and sometimes being the best informed you can be is the way to do that.
I'm assuming what you're telling me is laws can be bendable for this reason.
Oh, they absolutely can. I'm part of something of an organization of like-minded individuals who think knowledge is power and endeavor to have as much of it as they can and to use it to, let's say, influence events into the best version of themselves. The one that keeps things running smoothly and peacefully. We are called the Zentarim.
Have I heard of this before?
Give me a history check.
Yeah. Fucking bad at rolling today. 8.
You've heard of it before.
Okay.
In the criminal underworld, absolutely, even with that. They are like a thieves' guild that got much more powerful. They tend to, there's somewhere between that at this point and a spy organization who
Okay.
tend to keep their fingers in things. Try to be, as she said, influence events.
Do
in
I
places.
think they're malicious or do I think they're benign?
Little of column A, little of column B.
Okay. But they're so powerful, they're not like something I would take on.
No,
or,
no,
like,
no, no.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be
they're
a profoundly bad idea.
Yeah.
They are very powerful.
How
Yeah.
did Bronwyn die?
She
Took
looks at
out
you
the
and goes,
Zentarum.
It's like
Bronwyn,
an always sunny title card.
after you all were here yesterday, contacted some
God, this was
other members of my organization, had them dig up some information on all of you, just to find out who I was dealing with, and I found out a little bit about who you are, what you've done, what you have going on.
How much
You're in
little
bad.
bit?
What?
How much little bit?
A bit. You're in, it seems like, a not great situation. I might be able to help. And looking at your history, who you are, I don't know. I see a little of me in you, and I think you might be a like-minded individual. I would like to extend you membership, an offer of membership in my organization. If you'll take it, you don't have to answer right now. But know that the offer is on the table, and I may have some more work for you, whether you take it or not. And we almost certainly can help with Mr. Cassier.
He created the trouble that he's in, to be clear.
Oh, I'm well aware. He thinks you informed on him. He's wrong. Someone did, it just wasn't you.
How far back in my history did you go?
Far enough, why?
Just don't let my friends on.
This is all between you and me.
Thank you. When you say that you try and influence events, I'll think about it.
And I may have a job for you, if you'd like.
Now?
To make a little coin, yes. To make a little coin while you're figuring things out.
I don't suppose you could repay me in information for this job if you know anything more about what we were asking.
I genuinely don't have more information on that at this point, but I will talk to some of my contacts and see if they can dig up anything.
Okay.
That said, I certainly would make it worth your time money-wise, and as I said, we can be of help to you regarding the Cassier situation. Greg, with the improbable number of G's in his name.
He started writing it that way. It's made us all uncomfortable.
Oh, no, I've seen
Yeah.
documents signed by him, and when they switched from a normal number of G's to 4 G's.
Yeah, I think he thought the more
When
G's,
he got
the
vaccinated,
cooler.
and suddenly 5G. I don't know.
I think he just thought it was cooler to have more G's in his name, but I don't know. We all just kind of left it.
At any rate,
What's the job?
Jazz up, Greg.
Is it 2 in the front, 2 in the back?
Yes!
Awesome. Fuck, my respect for Greg just went way up.
Shouldn't.
Ooh.
Well,
Trying to jazz up Greg is just a
It's a terrible idea. It's a terrible decision. Yes.
Short for Gregaphy. Anyway.
well, what kind of job? Your kind of job, frankly, I think. It's a robbery.
Oh. Go on.
About 20 miles or so west of this town, there is a remote country manor. There is a halfling businesswoman by the name of Lorna Oakridge. Operates largely through Neverwinter. Rather robust jewelry trade. She lives on her own, as far as we know, in a country house, as I said, not far from here. Maybe the better part of the day's travel. We have reason to believe that there is an item in a vault in her basement that we want.
So it's like a heist.
Yes.
Are there other things in that vault that would also be interesting?
There are almost certainly other valuables in that vault.
Okay.
All we care about is a lantern. You bring that, whatever else you want to take from there, that's for you. I will caution you. The more you take, the more quickly she is likely to figure out something has happened and go looking for who robbed her.
Just to make sure I'm not just doing a job where I'm like robbing an old lady.
Mhm.
What is she? She's like a bad person, or?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay. But it is a heist. You can see like
The
twinkle in
item
Bronwyn's
we have
eyes.
taken
Like,
from here is something that could help the people of this community a great deal.
oh,
She bought it, as far as anyone knows, more as a status thing than anything else, and it is lying unused in her vault.
so it would technically be stealing from the rich to help the poor.
Precisely.
I've got to talk to my friends. But I am in.
Excellent. Then we will talk soon.
Okay. Am I doing this now, or am I...
It's on your own schedule.
Okay, and what should I tell them?
Tell them that you've heard rumors of someone who is hoarding something that would help the people of this town, and it needs to be liberated.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. What's the security deal?
At her home,
Mm-hmm.
don't have reliable information on what lies inside the house.
Okay.
We do know she is prone to entertaining guests from Neverwinter, which, depending on how you play things, could either be a problem or helpful.
I don't suppose you know the jewel trade. Okay. Okay. And can you give me maybe solid directions to how to get to this manor?
Yes, I have a map here somewhere. Hold on.
Thank you.
I will mark it on the map for you.
Love a fucking map.
She
Love a
pulled
map.
a map out of her desk, and if you will shift over to Roll20,
Oh.
I say the map.
Give me that map.
Give me that map.
Wish I hadn't said it like that.
Where are the maps going?
This escalated.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it
Okay.
always?
Yeah.
No.
We were talking about doing some terrible things to Glasgow.
I know.
I wasn't a fan.
It's a little
He
long.
did terrible things first. He had
Down
it
there.
coming.
Whereabouts?
The little X.
green X, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Great or good.
Not far. I might come back asking for more information, but for now, I'm gonna go and float this with the group.
Please do.
Thank you. Heist? Really? Like,
Why when he said that like she entertains a lot, I just got a mental image of like Roz on Hrothgar's shoulders, like in like a wig, like, hello, I'm Neverwinter, I'm here for the fancy party.
That's kind of where I was.
I'm just
I
floating
can't see how that goes wrong. Not
I
it.
can't breathe.
Just floating options.
I love it so
Where's
much.
your
Anyway,
stomach coughing?
all right, we are waiting.
And drinking ale.
We've been waiting outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out. There's like a flush in my cheeks and a sparkle in my eyes. I'm like quite excited looking.
Oh, that was
So-
so happy.
And Holly is coming with me, I suppose, like walking out.
Nope, she stays in her office.
And you'll keep looking for people who know something about what we're looking
I will.
for. Holly is gonna keep looking for people who know more about this situation. But in the meantime, I might have something fun for us to do.
Okay.
There's something nearby town that would really help the town, and like we're kind of, you know, folk heroes here now, like kind of local legends. So it'd really be great if we could keep supporting the town. And Holly has said that there's something that somebody is keeping in a manor nearby that would really help the town. And I think, you know, while we got a little spare time, we could go and, you know, get it.
It'll help the town?
Yes.
Something that somebody has in their home.
Yes. It's... I'm gonna take this outside, so we're not just speaking in the
Oh yeah, I
middle
see.
of
yeah,
I
we're
see-
outside.
Walk away, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lantern in the house of Lorna Oakridge. She's a jewel trader. Hollia says it's really gonna help the town, and that's cool. It's gonna be a manor. There's gonna be security. We get to, like, you know, sneak in, and I mean, you know, like we have to find our way in and liberate this piece for the sake of the town.
How does a lantern help this town?
I don't know, magic stuff, right?
Is it a
So,
magic
Do
lantern?
I know anything about a possible magic lamp?
Give me an Arcana check.
Who
Does
wants
it
to...
instantly
I'm gonna-
train commoners into well-trained guards or something?
I'm gonna take that Arcana check as well.
You're a real classist dick sometimes, you know that?
This town needs guards.
It's an unnatural 0.
You don't know.
That is a
Rolled
19.
a
He
2 with a
just
minus 2.
forgot
I mean-
everything.
You
I know
heard
of magic.
magic lanterns before.
Yeah.
Without more to go on, who can say
Yeah.
what magic lantern this is?
Sure.
It seems
I mean it.
my path has converged helping this town. That is my mission as of now. I am in, I believe.
I don't think, while it was great helping this town with the red brands and all, seriously, super fun, we came out here to find Gundren, and this doesn't sound like, while it is aiding the town, it doesn't sound like it's in any way facilitating that at all.
Right.
Gundren could be being tortured out there somewhere by goblins.
Burr.
Right.
Do we have...
But we don't have any way of following that up, and Hollia does. And to help her out would really put us in her good books. And
She may be
this
the
is
key to
just
So she
finding
does
mine.
have information?
she doesn't yet, but she has a lot of contacts. And if we just, you know, went and took something from a rich lady who wasn't using it anyway and brought it to a town who really needs it, and, you know, it'd be like kind of a dream of mine to commit a big heist, you know, from a big manor. I mean, heist, that's a silly word. Like, you know, a job. It's just like a, you know, it's a way of getting in and out undetected.
I miss Gundren and will do everything to help him, but we are at a dead end, and if this is the linchpin in the next step in finding him, I will do whatever it takes to go on that next step.
Do we have a better idea of how to get information
Unless
about
there's something else you
Gundren?
propose. If you have a secret map that will lead us to Cragmaw's castle, I will march this instant.
Or anyone we might. This is a legitimate question. Is where do we go?
That is the question, yes.
And I think if Alia does have, as you said, she knows a lot, maybe more than she should, but
I believe this
she
to be
knows-
true too.
Absolutely knows more than she should.
I do not believe she is a friend, but I do believe she can be an ally.
I can back that up from what I know.
was that an
No, it was me rolling for me.
Sure.
I don't rob people.
That's fair.
I don't break into buildings and steal things from other people. That's what criminals do.
This is true. I am no criminal, and I do not like that proposition.
This woman doesn't sound like a glass staff.
I think
True.
once you've seen the way people suffer for no reason, and the way people enjoy way more wealth than they can ever use, you might understand that criminal is a heavy term for somebody who helps the people. Even sometimes when they're helping themselves.
That's icky. I feel weird about those words you just said.
Okay, so think about this as connecting in the long run to helping Gundren.
Do you think she wouldn't give us information if we don't help her?
It's kind of what it sounds like.
She didn't phrase it like that to me.
I'm just saying, if that's our reason for doing this.
It's partially.
I do not wish to be a criminal. I do wish to help the town. I do not wish for Braun to get in trouble, but I do not wish to harm somebody that does not have it coming. I will go, but my involvement will be limited.
Maybe we could scope it out first.
I mean, this is, just like a dream of mine. Like, I think it could be, great for the town and help all of us. And it's one item from one lady who's not using it anyway that could help a lot of people.
I'd like to know what the item is.
Well, we can go back and ask Halia if you want.
I'd like that.
Okay.
You go back, knock on her door.
Yeah.
Come in.
Hi.
I thought it would be a little longer before you came back. Yes, what can I do for you?
We just, I guess, had a question.
Yes.
This item that Ron is looking for.
Yes.
It's a lantern.
Correct.
What does it do?
It can expose the location of ores and gems through the earth at a distance about 30 feet.
Oh.
So, for a mining town.
It would be quite a boon.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is she telling the truth?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah.
A natural 20.
Yes, she is.
Okay. Yeah.
Its current owner, Ms. Oakridge.
Is letting it sit.
Something of a collector. Not of any one particular variety of thing. She's just made a habit over the years of purchasing one high-ticket item or another, and as far as anyone can tell, they just go into her vault.
There's a vault?
She has a vault.
And
is that what distinguishes a heist from a robbery?
I mean,
If
I
there's
think
a
that's
vault?
definitely part of the line, yeah.
And
A heist is a robbery that's fancier.
It does sound like this woman lives in luxury, so I guess
Yes.
this would qualify as a
I always
heist.
assumed a heist was a robbery where they don't know it's happening until it's over.
so if they find out in the middle, then it's a robbery?
If we continue to do it, yes.
Fair enough,
If we stop, what is it then?
Then it's an aborted mission.
I see, a
I
failed
actually think
heist.
the person has to be there for it to be a rob. Like you rob a person,
Right.
you burgle a house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Burglary doesn't have
okay.
any bodily harm.
And you heist a lantern from an old lady. Got
Yeah.
it, got it.
Does this
It's more
woman,
middle age.
Okay.
does this Oak Ridge woman, does her name ring any bells?
Give me a history
Oh.
check.
She sounds fancy.
Actually, I should have asked that too. Can I ask about
Yes.
him? Yeah.
Probably
I'm
not.
gonna ask too, because why the hell not?
Nah.
History? I doubt I'd know, but
There it is.
9.
Also 9.
18.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I still doubt it.
Yeah, you don't know.
I didn't think so. I don't know
we
why I
put it
would
up to a vote.
And one last question.
Do we have any more questions for Miss
I do.
Thornton before we
I do actually.
decide anything?
We're doing this on the idea that we are getting something in return. What is our insurance on that? What is the security we have that as soon as we give you the lantern, we don't get anything back in return? That is my worry.
I paid you for the first thing you did, didn't I?
It's true.
Fair is
Oh
fair.
yeah, she'd pay us.
Yeah, and
I didn't
Yes, I would
mention
pay
that.
you.
Oh,
No, you
didn't
didn't.
mention that.
well, in
and-
which case I feel better about this already.
And as I told Bronwyn here, all we want is the lantern. If you wish to take other things from the premises for yourself, that is your prerogative.
Things that she's not even using.
and
Yeah.
we
She's
we
like hoarding it like a
Brian,
dragon.
do you even want to help the town?
Yes.
Inside check.
I do. We also talked about information. Bron said. I understand you don't have anything now. Whether we help you or not, would you give us the information?
I will do my level best to give you any information I can.
Real inside check.
Not just joke.
Not a
one.
jokey inside check. That's an
17.
18.
11.
The two 18s, you get the feeling she is about 85% sure that what she is saying is the truth.
That what she
That she would give you information if you didn't do the job for her.
so that
She means
I-
it mostly.
Okay, got it. I just give you all a look that says, I don't know.
Are we doing this?
Why did you single out Braun for this assignment?
Well, just because I'm so good at heists.
It seems to me it would be
Never done one though.
more her domain than the rest of you,
Sure.
and she would
Why do you
likely
think
be
that?
taking point on
I
that.
think you know Jaden.
I do, but why do you know that?
I think you know Jaden.
Good at knowing things.
Yes, you are. All right, I'm done here. We can.
You can walk and talk.
Okay. We head outside then.
I am in. I see no other course.
Oh,
of
just on your way
action.
out, she just
Yeah.
goes, "Thank you very much, Mr. Crossgarden. I hope your games go well this year."
They always do.
Oh yeah, she said this bit about how she kind of looked us up.
That makes sense. Why didn't you tell us before?
She looked us all up.
She looked us all up. I mean, I think if I were her, I would do that too, right?
Yeah.
I would want to know who I was dealing with.
Give me a moment.
She didn't attempt to. She didn't tell me anything about you guys or about your past.
Yeah.
She kept it private, which I think was polite. But she does know something about us. Again, she's good at getting information.
Yeah. I'm gonna say one moment, and I'm gonna go back in.
Oh, you're going back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to ask her a question.
Cool.
Hi. Sorry.
We just each have little one-on-ones.
I
So what do you know about me?
What makes me special?
Yes, Oliveris.
Yeah. Do you know how I could find the Rodeas family?
Rodeas family. The name does ring a bell. I can look into.
Ron said you looked us up,
I did.
so you know who it is.
The parents, then. I can put out a few feelers on that as well, if you need.
That would be nice, thank you. That's all. Have a good day. And I walk out. Sorry.
As you walk out, she just goes, I will help you if I can. You have a nice day, Mr. Gagnon.
Lyndon Gagnon. Yeah. So yeah, comes back out.
What did she tell you?
Oh, I just had a question for her.
What is our resolve then? I see no other course of action.
I vote yes.
I vote
Duh.
yes.
Just because an answer is obvious doesn't mean it's less valid, Jaden.
I don't think this is an obvious answer.
I meant your duh.
Oh, right, but it
don't-
is. I mean, it is valid.
I know. I
Right.
just
Are we heisting or are we not heisting?
That's the question.
I'm 100% all in. Heist.
Holly?
I think she knows a lot. She is a good ally to have. I think we stick with just this item, maybe. I don't. If this is the item that helps the town, she'll pay us outside anyway.
If we happen to see
I think
We don't take
something-
anything else.
Because that would be helping ourselves, not the town.
And we're helping ourselves by helping her.
But if something she doesn't even need
Ron?
or use or a heist kind of implicates that there are multiple things.
I don't think that's how heists.
I'll do it if we only take the lantern.
Me too.
I'm okay with that.
Just the lantern, in and out, before she knows anything.
And
we
we
help the
don't
town, we get more
hurt-
information, we're on our way.
And we don't hurt anyone.
And we don't hurt anyone.
What if there's somebody in her house who,
We don't hurt them.
you know, if we happen to be near them and their pockets are just like
Ron?
wide open? Okay.
You are shameless.
I mean, I just, you know.
Are you in or out? Those are the terms.
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm okay if we just take the thing and we don't hurt anyone else.
Well, then to me this sounds more like an adventure than a crime. And that sits well with me.
The line does get blurry, doesn't it?
I think
does.
every
Very much does.
I think
It
every
does.
crime can be an adventure if you approach it that way.
I'm not stealing anything, but I do think that those of you who are going in or
Are you
going
not
to
going
the
in?
vault, well, go in. But
won't
I
take
think
anything.
that, yes, I'm not going to
That's
take
fine.
anything, and those of you who are there, yes, I think it would be best if we just took the lantern.
I don't want
I mean,
anything else.
Jaden, if you don't want to be involved in this,
I'm not going to hang around this podunk town, no.
Well, she's in the jewel trade, and you're from a rich family.
Right.
You could be, if you don't want to go into the vault, a distraction.
That's what I was thinking, precisely. Yes.
Great.
Okay.
We're making a plan,
time,
this really is a heist!
I'm sure she has some liquor, and I'm sure she enjoys a good tale from Neverwinter or Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're doing it?
Sure.
Cool,
Sure.
cool, whatever, cool. Yeah, no, I don't mind either way, but cool.
Okay.
All right.
So
do you
get
wanna,
your map. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go and get our stuff together.
We'll be,
Do you want to go in to talk to her yourself to get what we need?
Think.
Do we need anything
Oh,
else?
did you
Yeah.
did you get the map?
So I
Yeah.
have a map.
I'm sorry, I missed that part.
Oh yeah, here's a map, by the way. That's where it
helpful.
is.
Oh, that's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you going like straight away, heading out of
I
town?
mean, I figure at least maybe
gonna
do
get us
some
little-
kind of
Yeah.
retcon situation.
Say goodbye to
Recon.
Darren.
Recon.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Do we need to check in on Glassstaff with any of the guys that are locked up?
I mean,
Are we
Sildar's got
fine with that situation
I
as it
think- I
is?
think
Sildar's
Yeah.
got
I'm not, but I don't think there's anything we can do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Again,
cool.
I think we
I
have
guess-
his book. We have his spell focus.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We've bound his hands.
We could say
I
goodbye
think-
to Darren.
I'm just worried because it's such a podunk jail. Like, I'm just.
I mean,
Yeah.
It sucks. There's nothing we can do, though.
Yeah.
I think.
You wouldn't let me break his fingers. So.
No.
I mean,
No.
Is it because he's a fellow wizard?
I mean, I don't like the idea of just breaking fingers in general.
he's a bad guy.
All right. Are we going, or are we
Someone's
gonna go
broken my
fight,
finger before,
Like, check
you
in
know.
And
on
did
the-
you like it?
No, but it happens.
She didn't kill a bunch of people, I'm sure, before.
I'm
No,
not
never mind. She might
saying-
have.
We're walking and talking.
Come on,
Yeah,
gang! It's
let's go.
crime venture time.
Yeah!
So wait, are you heading straight out of town, or do you want to
are
say
we?
goodbye to Darren?
I think we're saying goodbye to
He knows.
Darren.
Yes, let's stop by Darren.
Let's go
He
grab
did
our
good
stuff.
work.
Oh yeah, I
He
guess.
caught one of the red brands
I
and he
guess
helped
we
the
should
family.
catch him up on stuff too.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talk about his
Darren,
campaign.
No, never mind.
And talk about his campaign to run for.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, to be the new town master.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All
Set
right,
that up.
stopping by Darren at our map.
Great. So, you go by Darren as maths.
Is there anything else we need in town before we go? No? Alright.
I mean, we already bought all the stuff. We were.
I know.
You
No,
walk
just
up to his
double
front door, heading towards it to knock on the door, and
You rolling to see if he has his shirt on or off.
Of course he is. He's got a whole chart there of different articles of clothing that Darren could or could not be
Oh
wearing.
my God! It's a leopard speedo.
approaching the door.
Yes.
You are approaching the door,
Mm.
and all of a sudden,
Uh-oh.
just hear a voice go, "Think fast!" And
Oh, fuck.
I assume a 13 doesn't hit you.
It does not, barely, but it does not.
Just an apple just off of your armor. You just look down, look up. Darren
fuck?
is sitting on his own roof, leaning against the chimney, eating another apple. He's like, I got the armor. How are you?
Hello, Darren.
We
Good
all
throw.
just start.
Hi, Darren.
Hi, Darren.
We
He just swings his legs down off the edge of the roof and just hoists himself and drops down to the ground.
With
like,
one arm, that's impressive.
landing, lands and squats, stands up, just like, oh. Well, thanks for stopping by. Impressive stuff you guys did.
Careful, Diamond.
You're popular around here right now.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine you wouldn't be.
I keep to myself a lot, but I get along with most folk.
I reached down to get a water bottle and found a dog with my hand. What a good day.
That is
Sorry,
okay.
go on.
Come here for anything in particular.
We're going to be heading out of town for a bit. I guess we just wanted to stay.
Yes, working on finding
Civil
Gundren
Pond
and
right
whatnot.
Reminds me,
Yeah.
I was gonna come find you guys.
Oh,
today.
yeah, yeah.
For
News
why?
of Gundren?
No, unfortunately that, but something
You
weird
missed us?
going on in the area. I thought you might want to take a look into. I don't know if it's connected, but it could be.
What is it?
Tell us.
Hey,
Well,
we are busy.
No, we can hear out anything you have that
Anything
you
you
think might be
want.
even marginally important.
Having a drink with a couple of the local miners, and some of them told me a weird story.
Yeah.
There's a place, probably about 2 days travel to the like sort of east by northeast from here. There's a ruin up there called Old Owl Well. It's a remnant of
Oh, I was just saying it to myself. It's just hard to say.
Old Owl.
Old Owl Well.
Remnant of a sort of ancient wizard empire in the region. Netheril, if you've ever heard of it.
Have I?
You know what? I'm not even Ollie. As a wizard, I'm not even making you roll. Yes.
Sorry, for Amanda, will you...
Yeah, it is. There was
No, will you please tell me the name again?
Netheril.
Netheril, thank you.
Netheril.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I'm proficient in history do I have to ask. Do I?
Yeah, roll. You roll.
I've been rolling so many 5s tonight. That's a 9.
Honestly, your level of education probably still.
Okay.
Like you
I
don't
probably
remember
know.
a ton of what you read, but you know that it was a thing.
How about you?
Empire of Wizards, many years ago. Expansionists, conquerors, sort of dark tendencies. They even had floating cities.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Fuck.
That's cool.
Long since gone.
Not as
Yeah.
cool as
At any
Heist,
rate,
but-
some of the miners.
It's true. What is, though?
Hang
were
on. Sorry. Dark Tendency, Floating Cities. Long time ago. Okay, great.
Some
Sorry.
of the miners were headed up to claims up in that region of the countryside, and went by Old Owl Well and saw, at a distance, mind you, that someone had set up a campsite there.
Oh dear.
And before they got any closer, they got chased off by undead.
Oh.
I mean, that seems like a lot of hassle to look into that.
mean,
It
it'd
also
be
doesn't. I can't think of how it might be related.
I mean, but it might... Maybe later.
Well, you're all looking into some dark goings on in the
Yeah.
region, right?
Yes,
Yes.
but it's mostly goblin bugbear stuff. Not really. We haven't heard anything about what,
mean-
necromancers or anything, have we?
But to be fair, we didn't realize the goblins and bugbears were really connected to this and for a while.
Oh shit, and the black spider's supposed to be a wizard too,
Yeah.
isn't he? Necromancers are wizards, Bron.
Why was that direct? I know.
Jesus.
Jaden, I think you can stop assuming some things.
Like what? Regardless, Darren,
Yeah.
that is fascinating information.
Do with it what you will, but I thought you might want to have a look and see what was going on up there and if whatever dark magic's happening up that way
Never know.
has some relation to anything you're dealing with.
Dead End has split into two dark paths with no end in sight.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's one obvious choice for what we could, be looking
I
in
think-
first of all.
I think both of these are viable options, but thank you for that.
No,
How's your political campaign doing?
Yes.
That would actually.
I have not really gotten started on that.
Oh, go on.
think you should.
Do you need a campaign manager?
We can talk later. Yeah, I might take you up on that.
Out of character, somebody in the chat said, oh, where is it? Amanda, stop starting political campaigns in your games. Amanda, have you done this before?
Is this a thing you do, Amanda?
I have a character who has discussed running for mayor at some point. So
Do you
yes,
just come to D&D for politics?
I don't. I don't. Just Amanda hates bureaucracy sometimes, and therefore comes into a town and it's like, God, things run terribly and I have to fix it.
Let me get my hands in all this bureaucracy.
Let me make it better. So that, yes, that is the thing I've done.
So in the interest of picking a lane right now,
Yes.
Yeah.
crime venture.
I think Crime Venture seems
Heist.
simpler,
Okay.
so maybe faster, and then we can
If that doesn't pan out with the information.
we
Go
have
down
this.
over here.
Okay.
Yes, unfortunately, I'm more interested in seeing more about this Oak Ridge woman or whatever her name was than about going and confronting a bunch of undead. So either way, it sounds like we'll glean something. I'm still good
yeah,
for the
let's
heist.
go
But
Glean.
thank you for the information, Mr.
Thank you.
Ettermath. I love you.
We're gonna tell all
What was that?
Nothing.
She said we're gonna
Just
tell.
figured if I heard of suspicious doings on in the region, I would let you guys know.
Thank you. We will check
thank you,
into
Darren.
Yes, and we're gonna tell the entire town that you have our backing for new town master.
Okay,
Should help the campaign.
thank you.
Do you know any local artists could like make posters or something? I feel like you can. You know what to do.
Think
Um,
about it.
Yeah.
Thank you for your help about everything. How's the family? The
Oh, the Dendrars.
yeah,
Um,
I forgot their name. I'm sorry. Amanda
They're-
forgot all of you.
Okay.
they're shaken, but they're
Not
alive and they're healthy.
That's
Braun, read the room.
They'll be all right in time, I think.
Yeah.
Very grateful to all of you.
Well, thanks
Oh.
for seeing him home safe.
Thanks, Darren.
Have a good one. At a math.
Have a good day.
Did you just give me a kiss?
And you guys head out of
You
town.
did. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys
I think
head off across the fields. It's sort of a very grassland region, headed to the west to look for to where Hallie Thornton has directed you to Lorna Oak Ridge's manor. It's about 20 miles, so it's the better part of a day's travel. You're leaving.
Did we have horses before?
We had oxen pulling a wagon.
yeah.
I believe.
You're leaving late morning, so it's the bulk of the day. It is sunny out. It is warm out. You pass little farms
I
dotting the
cast
landscape.
mage
but
armor
it's
on
supposed to be-
myself.
pretty open and empty. You're hearing birds. It's very, very placid and sort of idyllic moving along through this region. You get to mid to late afternoon and you all stop to take a rest along your travel, have a little something to eat, and you take a rest sort of, you just find a spot. You find a spot to sit down and have a rest, and you are in the middle of having your little snack. What's everybody's passive perception?
11.
11.
How do I check that?
13.
Thank you. 8.
Is that 13?
13.
Okay.
Yeah, 13.
What did you choose?
11s.
On
over
the
here.
ovens. 11 on the human side.
Bronwyn.
And
You
Rocca.
Yes, I just rolled to decide which of the two of you sees the thing. Braun, you happen to look up and realize maybe 60, 70 feet off, there are a few figures approaching.
Jamie, is it time to go to bed?
It's the Jamie time to go to bed alarm. Yep.
A couple of figures approaching through the fields, 4 of them. Humanoid, but big, beefy.
Beef and teeth.
Carrying
No teeth.
what look like large axes slung over their shoulders. And after a moment of looking at them, you clock it. Orcs. And that's where we're going to stop for the night.
I want to do the heist. I don't want to engage with this orc
Time to
bullshit.
fight orcs instead.
You guys, welcome to cross-country travel
Oh,
and
really?
random encounters.
Yeah.
Yep.
we didn't see a stables in Phandalin, I'm guessing. Or anybody
There's
who
like
had.
there's like a small one, but not like one that's renting out horses.
Gotcha. I figured, yeah.
Yeah.
Gertie is like
Where
napping with
people
her head
are
on our
keeping
legs
their
right
personal
now.
horses.
That's fair.
My
heart.
Oh,
Yeah, it's amazing.
Precious
Before
pig.
we wrap for the night, anybody have anything?
Oh, you gonna rap?
Yes.
My name is Tim, and I'm here to say I'm a dungeon master in a major way.
I hate it so much.
So good.
Any last end of the night announcements or things to talk about?
I'm Gucci.
Normal stuff.
Just the usual stuff. If this
Just
is
normal stuff.
if you've never happened upon us before, welcome. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to see you. We have all of our links. Jamie and Amanda are pointing right to all of our links with our Instagram, which we use a lot, our Twitter, which we almost never use, our YouTube, where we do post these episodes every Friday. So if you missed it on Twitch, if you want to catch up, if you've never seen it before, amazing. We have everything on YouTube that you could possibly want to see, all of our footage. We also have, if you are a wonderful, lovely, rich fan, we have a Patreon too, which you could come and support us. We have a $5 tier and we have a $20 tier. We make bonus content. We release things like early character art that you see way before anybody else. All kinds of, and like videos of us doing other shit and just like great stuff. We just, love you all and we appreciate it because it's helping us purchase new and improved equipment for the stream. I think that's everything that I usually say.
Yes.
All the thank yous.
Yeah.
Before we sign off for the night, the thank yous. Thank you as always to Matthew Hernandez and Edgard de Dios for making our tech be. Thank you to Dan Szolovits for making our battle maps that we did not use any tonight on Incarnate Pro.
But we did see one. Or we just saw that map.
He
Never
did
mind.
set up that map.
See?
Thank you to Rob Carlos for all our arts, or character arts.
Skelly boy.
The Skelly Boy. And thank you to Sarah Pohl, as always, for who's in the room now, so I can look directly at her as I say it.
Hi.
She's doing this from inside the same room tonight.
Yeah.
Wait.
Thank you, as always,
The moderation is coming from inside the house.
for set decoration and for the moderation. And with nothing else to say, I think that is our show for tonight. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you next week.
See you next Tuesday.